Yeah, see, this episode of the We Like Shooting Show is brought to you by Medical Gear Outfitters, Black Rhino Concealment, Bowers Group, Swamp Optics, Franklin Army, and Polymer 80. Yeah.
Welcome to the We Like Shooting Show, episode 393. Tonight we're going to talk about wind turbines, the Shield Plus, the Ruger Max 9, Snowmageden, Jackie Billings, Pew Pew Tactical, and more. Our panel tonight, Jerambe Pozderac from River's Edge Tactical. We got Savage 1R checking in from Washington. The Machine Gun Moses, Aaron Krieger's here. My name is Shawn Heron, and I would like to welcome you to the show.
I got lightheaded from doing that intro. I'm not gonna
Savage, I've never hated you more.
I was just going to say, I've literally never wanted to kill you more than I do right now.
Hey, when the intro's playing, Shawn, can you see all the screens, or is it just the intro screen like the rest of us?
Just the intro screen like the rest of you.
Okay, because I may have picked my nose, and I didn't want anyone to know.
It wasn't me. Okay.
I didn't say I did. Allegedly, it may have happened.
So I'm going to let you guys in on a little secret that maybe I should have let you in on years ago. And that's the little buttons at the bottom of your screen. So Jerambe, before you shift, shuffle, and throw your mic across the room, you could just click that little mute button. Aaron, you could just click the little stop camera button, pick your nose, then turn it back on after you wipe it on your pants.
Oh, yeah. It's under the table.
Oh,
yeah.
I hope I never sit at your desk again.
Yeah, don't hit it with a black light either. Let me tell you. Yeah.
So Aaron, you're having a rough life.
Yeah, but it's okay because you know what? I live, I die, and none of it comes with me, and there's no real point to this whole thing. So fuck it.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I can have a bad attitude about all the shit that's going on right now, but it could be worse.
Right, you could be Jerambe.
Jerambe's definitely an upgrade from that asshole.
Jerambe's doing pretty good. I don't think Jerambe has to worry about anything.
Okay, you could be Nick, who's dead, by the way.
Oh, again. Go. Yeah, no, seriously though, man, shit's gone bad, but it could be fucking worse. I don't care.
Yeah, it could be. You could, you are Aaron. So.
Right, yeah. I mean, I could.
You could be Aaron, but you already are Aaron. So.
I have the admiration of at least 10 people, and granted, 3 of them are my kids, but, you know.
Okay, name 4.
Name 4?
Yeah, you got the kids.
Right, that's 3. Right,
yeah.
So I only need to name 1 more.
Sure.
Myself. I admire myself because I have such a great attitude. I win.
Do you though?
I win for losing.
Well, hey, Aaron, can you claim yourself? Can you claim yourself as a dependent this year?
I've tried that in the past. It ends up owing you a lot of money.
Okay.
You are just a natural born loser, dude. Sorry.
No, I had to work. I had to work at it, dude. Let me tell you.
That's awful. That's awful. I'm sorry. You're having a rough time, Aaron.
It's okay because again,
I don't care.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Again, though, it could be worse.
It could be. Aaron, tell us. I don't know. Who do you want to start with? What advertiser do you want
tonight? I really want to talk about Bowers Group.
Boom, do it.
All right. So you like cans?
Well, some would say yes.
Who doesn't?
Well, wait, you for one? Anyhow.
True.
Yeah.
That's the point.
Yeah. All right. But anyhow.
Moving on.
Bowers Group makes amazing hearing protection in regards to their suppressors. One of the big things about suppressors is the fact that they're actually really great for your neighbors. Like for me, I was shooting one day and my neighbor comes over. He's like, "Are you shooting at my house?" I'm like, "No, dude, I'm not even fucking pointing at it." He's like, "It's so goddamn loud." I'm like, "Yes."
Just be like, "Did I hit it?" No.
But it was loud. But, if I had a suppressor, no one would know. And I'm having a raccoon problem right now with my chickens. And I have my 22 next to me. And it is...
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You're muted now.
You're muted, Aaron. Aaron, you're muted. You can't stop banging your fucking microphone. Jesus fucking Christ.
He was going to talk about the biddy. Are you okay, Aaron? I don't know what's happening right now. You're just about the biddy.
Yeah. Good, man. I'm good. It could be worse.
Okay, yeah.
It could be fucking worse, dude. But it's not.
You knocked your room out from behind you as well. Showing some stuff over there.
Yeah, I don't even fucking care.
Yeah. Anyway, Bowers Group does make suppressors. They make cans. Aaron was going to show you the Biddy to deal with his raccoon problem. Biddy's just a very, very short and tiny little suppressor that was in the most recent Tom Clancy novels. One of the greatest things is they're busier than they've ever been, but Tom's been working his ass off to keep every single can in stock. And they're just busting their asses to keep stuff in stock. But right now, all the cans are in stock, even stuff off the secret menu. Go to bowersgroup.com, use coupon code WLS to save money. And let's get into this.
Finally.
Are you,
dude? Holy shit.
Dude, I just want to give you the telephone number 1-800-273-8255.
All I know is that plane's going to fucking crash. Is what's going to happen.
It might actually. But yeah, although you don't seem to be directly affected by everything, like it's just everything falling apart around you.
Right. Yeah, that's true. I'm fucking like, I don't know, golden.
Like the fucking airplane.
But you know, it's what's going to happen. It's going to crash and I will live.
Everybody else dies.
Right.
He's the miraculous survivor.
But he'll lose his feet and thus the bet.
Oh, damn. Well, maybe.
Oh.
Yeah. He didn't say it had to be diabetes, just said you had to lose your feet.
Yes.
Anyway.
That's why I hate the cold.
Anyway, before she leaves, let's welcome our guest. She's a journalist and editor who's written for a variety of stuff like Pew Pew Tactical, Guns.com, Recoil, and Shooting Sports USA. Currently directs content at Pew Pew Tactical as the managing editor. Jackie Billings, what's up?
Hey.
Jackie, can you give Aaron some words of encouragement, please? Because I'm really worried about him.
It's gonna be okay, buddy. Just keep your chin up. Think positive thoughts. It'll be okay. We're rooting for you.
Thanks, Jackie.
You lie good like a mom.
I'm a mom. I'm really good at like positive encouragement. It's what we do.
Because we're like, oh, Aaron, just I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Do you want a cookie? I could like send some cookies.
I would, but no.
You'd probably get
Aaron have more cookies. It'll be the one that sends you over the hill.
Right.
Skyline
The point of-
said,
It'll
keep
be
your
the
chins up.
insulin point of no return.
So, Jackie, last time we talked, you were at guns.com doing all kinds of stuff. Now you're at Pew Pew Tactical. How's that?
It's going great. I love it. It's a lot of fun. Definitely a little bit different since I'm the one managing the content these days, but it's a really cool place and a cool vibe. So I dig it.
Nice. For the people who don't know and missed the episode where they were on, what does Pew Pew Tactical do?
So we're an online publication, obviously by the name Pew Pew. We do firearm stuff, but we also do a lot of other stuff too, survival, prepping, gear reviews, all sorts of different kind of content. And we kind of, we call ourselves your gun buddy. We're just here to have fun, share our knowledge with people in kind of like a non-judgmental way and encourage people to get into the gun lifestyle.
That's very much what we do, except we try to discourage people in a very judgmental way.
Okay. Yeah.
So
it's a balance.
Same.
Kind of,
yeah, but different. No, it's actually pretty good. And one of the things I like about it more so than most of the other stuff that's out there is like a sense of irreverence. Like you guys are funny, and I think that's great. Like is that part of your editorial mission is to like entertain and do things like that, because the Facebook page and Instagram are pretty funny.
Yeah, I mean, we don't take ourselves too seriously. I mean, we're definitely not a crew that's like, super serious all the time or anything like that. We joke, we have fun, and we believe that, when you have fun, it encourages other people to want to get into it too. So a lot of times, at least in my experience, when I was starting out, a lot of the serious sites I was intimidated by, because I was like, oh, I'm not at that speed, man. I don't know what they're talking about. So that's kind of the take we have on it is we just want to be friendly and fun and make you laugh, and hopefully you learn something too.
No, that's awesome. When you went to Pew Pew Tactical and started directing their content, were they doing a lot of like news stories? I seem to remember they were doing like mostly video reviews and stuff like that, but have you kind of branched out there, or are you just continuing what they had started?
No, we're definitely branching out. We're actually putting out more content now. We're really making a big push to deliver a lot of good quality content to people, kind of pushing out more stuff. And some of those things are news related. Obviously, it's not, the same as what I was doing previously, but we do try to, delve into topics, kind of go in depth on things. And I like to stretch those journalistic muscles every now and again and, write on stuff that I think is newsworthy, that I think people might care about.
Definitely. You did an article recently on like medical classes. And I thought it was a great article, and not just because you put me at number one.
That's really the reason. We talked about this already. That's the reason.
Absolutely. No, actually it was just great because that stuff is so hard to find. And I get that question all the time. I'm like, dude, I don't know. Like, if it's not my class, I don't really know what's out there. A lot of the stuff that I've taken is garbage, and there's a lot of weirdness out there, right? Like you found that when you were doing research, right?
Oh, absolutely. There's a lot of weird stuff out there, but I try to approach things from the standpoint of I want to make the reader's life easier. So if I can get into the weird stuff and kind of dive through the muck and bring you the good stuff, then I've done my job, and that's really what I want to do.
So you like weird stuff, huh?
Of course, yeah.
Oh
Nice.
God, no, stop.
Well, no, it's a legitimate question. Also, I just wanted to ask a question because I don't want Shawn to be talking the entire time. Just kidding.
Okay, what's your question?
That was it. I already asked it. God damn it, dude.
That's it?
Yeah, that's all I had.
Wow. This is why I talk so much.
So like, what's your background in was it journalism in college, or did you just fall into it?
Yeah, no, my degree is in mass communications with an emphasis in print journalism. Obviously, the print industry took a nosedive right after I got out of college. So I kind of transitioned into digital media and was kind of an internet reporter, I guess, internet journalist. I just wrote on a bunch of different things. But I was really into guns at the same time. And then about 6 years ago, it all kind of converged together, and I was able to kind of get into the gun industry and start doing journalism for the gun industry. So it was like the perfect career.
Is it weird that people recognize you? Like, you are Jackie Billings. People know who you are in the sense of you are also a reporter. So you are, and you want to report on the story, but sometimes you become the story because of who you are. You ever feel that way?
That was very like Inception-like, but
Yeah.
yes, it weirds me out when people know who I am. Yes, like I get recognized occasionally. Like I'll go to my own gun range, and people will know who I am, and that's really strange because I just assume it's my mom. Like she's the only person that like checks out my stuff. So when someone's like, "Oh, I saw this article you wrote; it was really great," or they're like, "Oh, I caught you on Instagram," it's just very, very, very strange to me.
You want to know the trick to get people to stop coming up to you? Choke them out.
That is a good trick. I mean, yeah, I think that might help.
Actually,
Maybe.
no, it does not, Jeremy. And that's very dishonest because when we started giving out stickers saying I got choked.
Yeah,
by
because
Jeremy,
you started giving out stickers.
yeah, more people than ever like would come up and be like, choke
Yeah,
me.
because the stickers.
No.
Yeah, but you know what's fair? They only do it once.
Yes, because Jeremy don't play. Who was it? Did you get the FedEx guy, Matt Urine, whatever.
Oh
his name
yeah.
at this, like the dude who like saved the flag and like took it from the protesters, like the FedEx guy. Jeremy choked him out. The director of communications or marketing or VP, I don't know, high up, Ryan Rep, Jeremy choked him out at Brownells. You're like, yeah, it's indiscriminate. He just chokes everybody out. Jackie, has Jeremy ever choked you out?
Not that I know of, but it's nice to know he's willing to do that because, like, if I ever need that, like for somebody else, like if anybody's bothering me, I feel like I could ask Jeremy to help me out, and he would help me out with that.
Totally. Yeah, that is absolutely the truth. Yes.
See, I knew a girl who was really big into choking out. Just throwing it out there.
Is her name Aaron?
Nope. Nope. And we will never mention this again.
Agent Entropy just said, can we get a Pew Pew Tactical review of the WLS OnlyFans account?
I don't know if I want to get that weird.
Well, I'll give you a free account.
I'll think about it.
Okay. That's
Do
all.
we have anything up there yet?
I don't think so. Did
Okay.
you up there?
I think Savage put a picture of a gun up there. I think that was the extent of it.
Oh, yeah. That's not what that's for, Savage.
It was a micro gun, so it's okay.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. So I'm going to play a little game with you guys. And did you guys know that, Jackie is a Red Cross instructor? Red Cross, right? Or
American Heart Association.
AHA. I actually scribbled that out and changed it to Red Cross. So AHA. So Jackie, tell us about that.
Yeah, so I'm an American Heart Association basic life support instructor. So I teach CPR, first aid, AED, all that lovely stuff. I've been doing that since I was 13 because the AHA at that point did not have a requirement for age, and I kind of slipped under the radar. But yeah, I teach first aid and CPR occasionally when people want to learn that stuff. It's fun. I enjoy it.
It's awesome. Did you guys know that Jackie is a black belt?
Are we playing two truths and a lie?
Hey, me too.
We're playing all truths. So Jackie, tell us about that.
What style?
Yongmudo. So
There you go.
for people who don't know, it is a Korean mixed martial art. It kind of mixes in judo, taekwondo, kumdo, and aikido, which is not Korean. That's actually Japanese, but we throw that in there too. And yeah, I got my black belt in it several years ago. That's actually kind of what started me on the whole self-defense journey. I started doing that and then was like, oh, hey, guns, that's cool too. And kind of deviated into that as well. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. I don't get to do it as much anymore because where I live now, they don't have any studios like that, but it's fun to reminisce sometimes.
That's awesome. Will they ever take away your black belt, or once you get it, it's yours?
Once I get it, it's mine.
Okay.
So,
that's good. Because
yeah.
like if they try to take it, you're a black belt. Like that would just be dumb.
Yeah, it would just be a bad day.
It would.
It's kind of like AR-15s. You know why I'm not worried about the government taking my AR-15?
Because you have an AR-15.
Because I have an AR-15.
Well, you've got a lot of AR-15s.
Yeah.
And some M4s.
Yeah, I got cooler shit. I got cooler shit than a fucking AR-15.
Exactly. Now, Jackie, you mentioned guns and like it kind of brought you to that. I don't remember. I know we probably talked about it last time you were on the show, but just remind us, like, guns. Like, did you grow up with guns? You said it was kind of the self-defense thing that brought you there. Like, tell us that story.
Yeah, so I did grow up with guns. I grew up in Tennessee, very gun-loving state, and my dad is a gun owner. He was a hunter, always concealed carry. Like, I don't remember a time when my dad did not have a gun on him. So that was just a very normalized part of my life. It really wasn't until I started going over to friends' houses that I realized, oh, hey, this isn't what everybody's families do. So I really didn't take an interest in it too much when I was a kid. Like I sometimes would like hang out with my dad while he cleaned a rabbit or a squirrel or whatever he had hunted that weekend. But I really didn't go to the range. I really didn't do much with it until I got to be an adult and I started getting into martial arts because I was a young woman in my 20s, and I realized that the world is not always a lovely place, and I can only really kind of rely on myself to, take care of myself. So I started doing martial arts to just kind of learn more and kind of protect myself, and then that led me into guns, and it was an immediate love. Like the first time that I went to the gun range, I fired a Walther P22. Don't judge me, but it was a typical like, here, sweetheart, take it. And I was like, okay, I don't know any better. But I just loved it. I liked, all of the things that go into shooting. It wasn't just a physical thing. It was mental. And I really enjoyed it and kind of continued on from there. Did a lot of my like learning and training on my own because at that time there weren't a lot of resources for women. And I was still kind of in a little bit of that shy phase of not feeling like I belonged when I went to a range. I'd often be the only woman there. And it still was in that environment of kind of like that patronizing sweetheart kind of thing. I did.
To interrupt you for 1 second, you are like 4 feet tall, so.
I'm 5'2". Come on.
Right. I mean, you've got that like, oh, look at a little girl. She needs a little gun.
They actually thought they were handing a toddler a firearm.
They did. Legitimately. Yeah. They were like, why is this 9-year-old in here? But no, yeah, it was a thing. But yeah, that's kind of where I started with guns and just kind of continued on from there.
That is awesome. Let's talk about there was an article that came out today. I think I haven't had a chance to read it yet, but how to survive a home invasion. And I saw a picture of you. Is that a thing?
That is a thing. I didn't write it. I just took a bunch of pictures for it because we needed some extra pictures, and I occasionally fill in those gaps when we need them.
Nice. But that takes me to my next point, and it's Pew Pew Tactical kind of covers everything. Like they do specific gear reviews, but there's also a lot of more broad topics like how to survive a home invasion and how to find a good medical class and all kinds of other stuff like that. How do you figure out what you guys are going to talk about, write about, and do content about?
So my process in trying to figure out what I'm going to assign out or what I'm going to keep for myself or what have you in terms of content really comes down to analyzing trends. Are there certain trends that I'm seeing in the industry? If so, can we write an article about that? Either reviewing those trends or, looking at the trends from a larger, standpoint, a larger view. Or, I look for gaps in things, with the medical classes, there was a gap there. There weren't any like solid roundups of good classes that you could, figure out, hey, I'm a beginner. Hey, I'm an intermediate kind of person. Where do I go? So I was like, I'm just going to write about that because that doesn't exist. So a lot of what I do is it's a lot of research. It's a lot of reading. It's a lot of, Googling, diving into what's available, what's out there. Can I do it better? Is there an article out there, but is it missing something? Well, can I take it to the next level? And so that's kind of the process that I go through when I'm trying to nail down exactly what we're going to cover month to month.
Nice.
Shawn?
Yeah.
You said we were going to play a game. You fucking said we were going to play a game. We're not playing any fucking games yet. I would like to play a game.
I got a game for you, Aaron. It's called The Quiet Game.
Yeah, no, I'm not playing that fucking game.
Shit.
My kids are really good at that game.
Yeah, I lost
Aaron's
every time.
terrible at it.
But I was told there would be games involved here, and I've yet to hear one.
Motherfucker, call me Milton Bradley if you want to play games, because we'll
All right.
play some fucking games.
All right, Milton.
Jordan R says, drinking
Bradley.
game. Take a shot every time Shawn recommends the medical class article.
I just want to know how to survive a home invasion article went. Was it how to survive a home invasion? Shoot the fuck out of them.
I mean, in 1,500 words, more or less, yes.
Oh, that's way too many words. Wait, that many words exist?
7 words.
Yes. Yeah.
Jeremy's articles in 7 words. Actually, there's a market for this. I think.
There's a reason we made Jeremy do videos instead of articles.
Yeah, he's gonna start a website just called Pew Pew, not fucking tactical. We don't need to get tactical when you're already dead.
No, because Jeremy has a 45 ACP. He just pews once. Geez. Okay, so the game I was going to play, Aaron, was I was going to do 2 truths and a lie, but then I realized that I didn't write anything down, and I didn't think that I could actually come up with anything on there. So I was just trying to really pretend like I never said that and just move on through the stuff I wanted to talk about. But thanks for calling it out, buddy.
My bad. My bad.
This is why everything is conspiring against you. FYI.
That's why the universe hates me, because I fucking call things out. I'm sorry.
Exactly. I have a question for you guys. So I was playing Monopoly with 2 individuals that shall not be named, and they had decided apparently ahead of time to conspire against me. So it was like 2 against 1 on Monopoly. And I was like, well, I don't even know why we're playing then, because this is fucking stupid. It's just a waste of time. Would you guys agree?
No, it's Monopoly. Anyone can win.
No, that's not true. When 2 people are like conspiring against you and won't make any deals with you and make good deals with each other to take you out, is that even reasonable to play?
I play Monopoly every day in the real world because I'm trying to take this bitch over.
Well, it must be nice to have fucking 6 hours to play one game of Monopoly in your life.
So long.
Yeah.
It's such a long, arduous game.
Yeah. I refuse to play it with anyone just because it takes so fucking long. I won't even play Uno with my kids because it fucking takes too long.
Dude, my daughter begs me to play Monopoly. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Monopoly's fun. You just got to block out a week for it.
Right. Exactly. You play it in
I
7
got 2 jobs, motherfucker.
See, that's why I have a gaming table, and you can just leave it there and come back to it another day.
Yeah, like 6 other days. It's fucking Monopoly.
Jackie, what
like next week or something.
Right.
Is that a bunch of horse shit or is that valid?
I don't know if I'm the right one to ask about Monopoly. I get mad at Monopoly and just like throw the board.
Me too.
Oh my God, yes.
I play Monopoly like a fucking like a hostage. Like I play Monopoly like everything is on the table and there's no friends and everyone needs to die except me.
Okay, so here's a real Monopoly question, Shawn.
Okay.
What piece is everybody?
We were playing Deadpool Monopoly, and this is the other horse shit that I'm staring straight in the camera right now because I'm pissed. First of all, so they have a space called Low Blow. And when you land on that space, you get to take a property from any player.
That's fucked up right now.
So if that person has like all mansions on the property or hotels, as it were, in normal Monopoly, you have to sell everything back to the bank and then give them that card. So you just lose everything.
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah.
So if you have Boardwalk and Park Place or whatever it's called in fucking Deadpool,
with full hotels and everything.
Yeah.
If they land on that card, they just basically could take one, and you have to sell everything. And
yeah. That's messed up.
Yeah, no.
It's like the government.
Least favorite Monopoly game.
So yeah, but what piece were you?
I was the bomb.
Okay. When you play Jackie, what are you?
I don't even know. I think it's been like over a decade since. I just don't touch that game.
Okay.
I will fight you for the race car.
You can have the race car. I want to be the thimble.
Top hat.
No, I think I'm the Thumble.
Yeah, that's
It's a thimble.
show title. Thumble.
Thumbelina.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I'm never playing Monopoly with those people ever again.
See, and you will hold that because you won't even do knock jokes with me anymore.
Dude, it's been like 8 years. I still won't do a knock joke with you.
Yeah, it was fucking one night, dude. You let it go.
No.
Let it go.
Nope.
Let it
Not
go.
gonna do
Stop, Jimmy.
Not
My 2-year-old is like, Daddy, let go. Let go. And I'm like, oh, I gotta play it on my phone while she's sitting on the toilet.
So she's just like you then.
Because she'll be there for an hour.
Yeah, watch a whole movie on the toilet.
You know what? You're not wrong. I'm like, are you done? No.
My son's the same fucking way. I'm like, what do you? I mean, he's 14, so I assume other things are going on in there. I'm not going to knock on the
He's
door.
masturbating.
Yeah, totally. I'm sure. He's like, I'm shaving. I'm like, he comes out with full beard. I'm like, fuck you are. My back.
Hey, Jackie. Hey, Jackie, wait till your boys start taking really long showers.
Yeah, no, I'm just going to check out at that point.
Yeah, it's not something you want to walk in on.
Yeah.
The show is now we like masturbate.
Well, we
Which is
do.
So, Jackie,
Yes.
do you regret your choice yet?
No, I've already done this rodeo once. I knew what I was stepping into.
Okay, good. I'm glad to hear that. I had a question, and then Aaron said that, and I totally forgot what.
So, Jackie, I mean, you've worked for this is your third firearm one, right? This Pew Pew Tactical. You were with the firearm blog beforehand.
No, guns.com.
Guns.com. Okay. What do you and I used to like guns.com, and then it just went to guns, basically. You know, they went from having decent news articles to just having fucking selling guns, and every article they ever wrote was a link to a gun they sell. Is that one of the reasons why you left?
No, that wasn't. I just Pew Pew Tactical kind of offered me what I was looking for in terms of career and goals, and Eric and I have been buddies for a while. So
I'm sorry, you just confused the shit out of Aaron. He's never offered a woman anything she was looking for.
Aw.
Oh.
I feel bad for Aaron right now.
That's all right. It can't get worse. Well, it could get worse, but you know, it could be worse.
Oh, I know what I was going to ask. I was going to ask. So I posted. So I got a Dylan catalog in the mail because I recently paid a lot of money for a Dylan, and the catalog was a woman wearing short shorts on a fishing boat, open carrying a gun, holding a fishing pole, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And I open it, and it's like Dylan products in there, and I was like, "This is horseshit." Like, I chucked it in the trash, posted about it on Instagram. It was funny because on Instagram, everybody's like, this is horseshit. On Facebook, everybody's like, that's a pretty young lady there. I wonder if she needs any help fishing. Just to show like all the boomers on Facebook. But Jackie, you commented on that, and like that, it annoys the hell out of me. But what are your thoughts?
Oh, it annoys me very deeply.
It annoys you that she commented on it?
No.
Probably that too, and that's okay.
No, just like that. I don't.
What about the NRA toilet paper one?
Wait, we'll go to that one.
Okay. Well, it's like
this one, like it annoys me. I don't get it. And everyone's like, no, they've been doing that for like 50 years. It's fine. I'm like, it's really not. Like,
yeah,
is this
sex
really
sells.
where we're at? Is this really where we're at? This is what interests people. I don't know.
This is what peak performance looks like.
Right. What are your thoughts, Jackie, on that whole thing?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that. I'm the kind of person that when I see companies do that, then I will avoid buying from those companies just because I don't feel like they adequately represent my interests and the interests of other female gun owners, because it's really disappointing to see that kind of stuff. because it kind of reinforces that feeling that you don't belong in a way, like we don't belong here. And it's really interesting that they chose that in a year where we're seeing the largest growth of women than pretty much any other year. So it kind of makes you go like, really? Like that's what you're going after? Like you had an opportunity to feature like a really cool woman maybe on your cover doing something really awesome that would encourage women to be like, I should check this out.
Yeah.
But instead you went that direction.
They should like
a horror route.
Well, they should like invest in sandwich presses.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, look at that
Really?
face. Look at that face. That was awesome.
Somebody
Zing.
screenshot that.
Zing.
I was going to say, what about maybe some of the people from Thunder and Down Under? I mean, that might get some female attention.
It just annoys me, man. Like I just don't get it. I'm like, is that really where we're at?
Okay, so I going back to this whole thing, what you're talking about. There's this. I was looking on Instagram the other day, and they have all the what's reels. I think they are the videos that they do it now on Instagram.
Yeah.
And I was just like scrolling through them, not clicking on any because I don't fucking want like just to be shot up with the same shit. But there was this one woman. She's basically she looks like she's in her 50s, but she's augmented in a way that is unnatural. And she's dancing, but the entire time she's dancing, there's words on the screen about divorce lawyers, and it's like how to handle a divorce. So I think she's a divorce lawyer, and she just dances. It's so weird.
TikTok is weird, man.
It is.
Yeah.
It's a strange place.
Yeah, I was gonna I installed TikTok because I was gonna be like, I wonder if there's any possibilities for content here. And no, the answer is no. No, there is not, because I'm not doing the dances.
I still don't know what TikTok really is.
It's you have to
It's an
do
experience.
dances and lip sync or I don't even know. It's maybe I
Or
don't get
roller
it.
skate. You can roller skate too in short shorts. That's an option.
Well, he's got one of them gay ass longboards.
Yeah,
Motorized.
I have an electric
Actually,
one.
a buddy of mine who I work with does skateboarding tutorials on TikTok.
I could just
What's it like to be a 30-year-old virgin?
I could
Actually, he's married, so
Yeah, I don't care. He's never consummated that shit if he's doing that on TikTok.
I could just wear I don't know, wear short shorts and ride my longboard.
Nope.
So yeah, Jackie, today I got an email from NRA, and it was a link to an article from NRA Women. That's what was it, like how to do your business in the woods or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Jackie, is this a skill that women don't possess, or what's going on with that?
Okay, do you want the real answer?
Yes.
Yeah, it is a very anxiety-inducing thing for women who've never like hiked or camped, because it's not as easy as just whipping it out. There's a lot more to it. So I think it's a weird topic for the NRA to cover.
Yeah.
But I can see people Googling that, or women Googling that.
See, that's weird because I've shit in the woods a bunch of times, and
You actually can hike in a skirt, and it's way easier.
yeah, you're so lucky.
yeah, I guess so. If you want to,
I only wear a kilt on a long watch.
It's easier to shit when you.
This is not allowed to walk.
Yeah.
Make sure you walk in front of him and not behind
Yeah.
the ladder.
Why I'm not allowed at the walking track at the park.
It was the dog park. It was weird, man.
they were all sniffing each other's butts. It was-
It's a whole thing.
Let's take a brief moment to do an ad read. Okay, Aaron, you get to pick again.
All right, this one will bring it home for both you and Jackie. Medical Gear Outfitters.
Oh, well, Jackie, you get to do the ad read.
Nice. No, I can't do the ad read.
Go ahead.
Aaron-
It's fine.
No, I don't.
It's all you.
I don't even have access to the ad read. So
You don't. There
We
is no
don't
real
read
ad.
anything.
don't read. I just say you should go buy stuff from Medical Gear Outfitters if you
Yeah.
have medical needs.
Who owns Medical Gear Outfitters?
That would be Dietrich, Skinny Medic.
Exactly.
He's a solid dude, so you're supporting a solid dude doing cool stuff.
You know what is really important about that whole thing is you're not going to take training, like firearms training, from someone who's never fucking pulled a trigger on a gun. You don't want to get medical shit from someone who's never fucking actually done medical shit. That's Skinny Medic. He's done medical shit. He's fucking legitimately in the field, and he fucking knows what he's talking about. Get that shit from him.
Yeah. Are we supposed to cuss during that?
I know, I realized I dropped the word shit like 6 times during that process. I am sorry.
Well, sometimes if you're shitting yourself, you need medicine.
It's true.
That's the point.
Shawn won't do
I
the
mean-
edit for MGO because Skinny called him out on talking too much. Says Agent Entropy. Yeah, fuck that guy. No, I'm kidding. It's fine. Everyone,
Right, we're like, oh Jesus Christ!
I wasn't going to save you from that. I want to see you dig yourself out.
I don't need to. So Jackie, what kind of med kit do you carry? Like, or do you carry a trauma kit or?
So I have different kits for different things. Obviously I have a range kit, I have a car kit, I have a house kit. And then I have a kid kit that's just like for kids and kid stuff. But it's just kind of piecemeal together. It's stuff that I've accumulated over the years and that I've found to either be useful or that I think would be useful given various situations.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you guys want to buy your own med gear, go to medicalgearoutfitters.com. Coupon code We Like Shooting saves you 11%.
It's a pretty sweet deal.
Yeah, it is. It's awesome.
Shawn, the music's playing. You shouldn't be fucking talking.
Hey, what's Trailer Trash Johnny going by now these days?
Johnny B. I don't know.
Hey, Johnny B, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, he said that ad was a disaster.
Oh,
That was the best ad fucking we've ever had.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
Hey, you remember that post you put on Instagram about me and cheese?
Yes.
Apparently my wife is on Instagram and she texts me from the other room. What?
It was like a meme that one of our listeners posted, and it was like nobody, literally fucking nobody. Jeremy Pozderac. What did it say? I can't remember now.
All cheese is mission specific.
Yeah, because we were talking about that on a gun podcast. It's so weird. I don't even know what happened. But
So
Jackie,
cheesy.
what do you think of the state of the industry right now? I'm hearing like all kinds of, I don't know, just things are so different now than they were 2 years ago or a year and a half ago even. Do you think things are going well? Do you think that it's, I don't know. What are your thoughts on the whole thing?
I think it depends on who you are in the industry of whether it's going well. I think if you're an ammo maker right now, it's really great, at least in terms of profit. I think if you are a gun owner or you are a gun publication, it's a little tough just because of reviews and some of the stuff that we consider our bread and butter. It's a little bit hard to come by these days. But I mean, I'm happy to see, maybe not the shortage, I'm not happy about that, but I'm happy to see that a lot more people seem to be at least tiptoeing into guns and maybe considering them and becoming first-time gun owners. And hopefully they stay gun owners and, you know, continue to reinforce why we need guns and obviously why we all support guns.
Definitely. Would you say that is part of your strategy going forward as the content or managing editor? Sorry. Would you say that it's to reach out to some of these like new gun folks?
Yeah, I've always been committed to kind of doing that and bringing more people into the gun fold, if you will. But yeah, that's something that we really care about at PPU Tactical is encouraging those new gun owners and giving them a place to come and learn the basic stuff. Because, you know, like I said, when I was starting out, like I didn't know how to zero anything, and I felt silly asking people at the range, and I didn't know where to go to get that content. So, you know, we really tried to do some of those basic articles that are just simple, you know, and kind of lay it out like this is how you do some of the basic stuff. These are tips for concealed carry. This are, you know, 10 really good handguns that if you're looking for self-defense, you might want to check out to try to encourage them, keep them here, and help them grow as gun owners too.
Yeah, absolutely. We're the opposite. Like if you're brand new, don't watch this. Like come back when you've learned a couple things. Right, Aaron? Are you okay, Aaron?
I don't think he is.
Does that mean I have to leave?
Yeah, actually. Your
Okay.
camera's frozen.
Yeah, everything was fucking frozen over here. Oh, look, it's like so far behind. Awesome. Oh, fucking awesome.
I'm going to write down Aaron's rough day as a possible show title.
it should be considering.
Yeah,
Everything's fine. Everything's fucking fine.
everything's fine. Yeah, I think that reaching out to like the new gun people, I find it incredibly difficult because my guess is they don't really care a whole lot about freedom yet, right? Because they haven't lived through all the infringements that we deal with as gun people, the infringements and the complications, and you know, just like I don't know. Honestly, it's almost like being what's the right way to say this? It's like being a class of citizenry that people spit upon,
Like a caste.
which is weird because it's not even a lot of people, because like we're at least a minimum of half the country. But yeah, I do feel a little bit, what is it? The unmentionables or whatever.
The untouchable caste in
Untouchables,
India.
yeah.
But they get rid of it in 1955, though it still is in effect today. So, the big thing, though, I think is no one's had their fucking guns taken away. These new people, they haven't lost any rights yet because they just fucking got in. It's like they made the investment. No one's touched their investment. So what happens is once they start fucking losing shit, then they'll realize what it's really like for the rest of us. And it'd be like, oh, damn. Now I see why they're all pissed off.
I actually counted every sentence that Aaron just said. There was profanity in.
Okay, how many?
Yeah, I didn't count how many. I just every sentence had one.
Fucking all of them.
Yeah, that's the question. Is like reaching out to these people is difficult, right? Because they're not searching for gun podcasts. They may be Googling some stuff and finding some pew tactical articles and things like that. But reaching out to them, I think, is incredibly difficult and daunting. And I don't even have a sure way that we do that. Would you say that, I don't know, person to person is kind of like the best way that we can do that? Find the people and just talk to them individually? Or
what if we tell everybody we're going to hold a we're going to have a BLM rally, right? And when they get there, it's just one big "we like shooting" advertisement. We're like, no, we said WLS rally, not BLM rally.
They both have L's.
Says, right.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
But yeah,
we get a bunch of lefties there.
Yeah, but I don't necessarily want progressives there. I want to reach out to people who have now. It's okay. I'll finish my sentence someday.
Go ahead.
You talk enough, Shawn.
Yeah, apparently. My question is, reaching out to these people is incredibly difficult. Like, I don't know that anyone has come up with a great way to do it. Do you have any thoughts on that?
I mean, I think it's a case-by-case basis, to be quite honest. I do think one-on-one tends to be better, at least in my experience, because when you're sitting down with somebody or you're face-to-face with somebody, it's a lot harder for them to be mean to you. Well, in my experience, at least with me. Maybe it's the childlike face. I don't know. But
don't hurt the kids.
Don't hurt. But I like to just start out with a conversation, and not, for me personally, not even bring politics into it right away. Like, that's definitely a conversation that's going to have to come into it, because obviously politics affect our lives as gun owners. But that's why I really try to center on education and resources, get them in that way, and then you can start having those conversations that really matter down the road about gun rights and protecting those rights and those things. I think it takes a lot of patience, and I really try to approach it with a positive attitude. I really try to make them feel welcome and not negative about the experience, because if they feel negative, that's what they're going to remember, and then they're more likely to be like, I don't want to be a part of this community, it's mean, I'm going to go somewhere else. So sometimes it takes a lot of patience, because sometimes I get asked questions, or people are really confrontational with me sometimes. I mean, I've had people message me on Instagram or Facebook and tell me that I'm a horrible mother because I have guns in the house with my kids, or because I can still carry. I had one woman say that CPS should come to my house because I have guns in my home. And it's really hard not to react defensively and get angry about that. But, when I sit down and say, like, okay, I can see you're really pressed about this. Like, do you want to talk about it? Like, did something bad happen to you? Is there something, and you start to have those conversations. Sometimes you'll see the light shine through, and you'll actually get a human response, and you can have, a pretty decent conversation with somebody. Sometimes you don't, and you kind of just have to roll with it and be like, okay, well, I see it's how you're going to roll, man. That's not how I roll. Peace out. But I just try to take it case by case and do what I can to further our cause and show people that we're not terrible people. We're everyday humans. I like to say I'm a target mom.
Not these people.
Well, not these people.
You
Me.
might be.
What do you mean by these people?
Us.
To be fair, I'm a terrible person.
Yeah,
I mean, kind of. You did help me with an article though once, which was very nice.
How many people gave you shit over my comment?
I don't think anybody did.
Oh, okay, that's actually surprising.
It's because they were afraid.
Surprising, yeah. It was awesome. That was actually it was a good quote. I was like, oh god, here we go.
You and me both. When he was typing, I was like, oh, what am I going to get? But no, it was really great.
Yeah, it was good.
Thank you.
Jeremy,
Actually, I know things.
I
You
know.
do. Now, Jeremy, you've had a ton of people, like you said, maybe 80+% of the people who bought guns from you over the last year were new gun owners. Like,
Oh, 90% of the people that have bought guns since last March have been new gun owners.
when you're talking to them, like, what are their thoughts? Like, what are they saying? What are they concerned about? Like, what do they even understand what they're getting into?
The veil got lifted is what it boils down to. They saw behind the curtain. And they did not like what they saw, and it's because it scared them. They for the first time in their lives realized that, oh shit, if something actually does happen, if something goes wrong with society, I'm actually kind of fucked. And they're not wrong. But that was kind of the consensus. Well, things are just getting crazy. I mean, when communists burned down about what, half a dozen cities, and I mean burn them down. What was the total damage?
Billions.
Billions of dollars.
$2 billion.
For which city?
All of them.
Per?
No, total.
I guarantee it's more than that.
That was a study release. It was $2 billion total. But
All
that's
right.
a lot of money.
Yeah, it's still a lot of money. Anyways,
Yeah.
It is. Aaron's reading building
it
a
was
koi
like
pond.
how to have a small dick and be okay with it.
Part 2.
listened
Don't
to
you guys want to know about how to build a koi pond?
No,
Dig a hole, throw a koi pond in it.
right.
Well,
Dig
we
a
gotta-
hole.
I mean, we're not in Ohio, so we don't have clay line. So we gotta put a base on there and stuff.
I could literally just throw koi in my pond. Would
You
it
could.
then be a koi pond?
Yes,
Technically,
There you go.
it's a lake.
It's a pond. It has vegetation on the floor.
Oh, is that the difference?
That is literally the difference.
I actually did not know that. Jackie, did you know that?
I did not know that. No, I'm learning stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, technically Lake Erie's a pond.
interesting.
But yeah, no, a lot of them it was just like, well, things are getting crazy. They got scared. I mean, now the joke is I can't wait to get some sweet deals on guns in 6 months when all these people, when 80% of the people that bought guns the last year sell them back to us. The used gun market is going to be fucking lit in the next year.
Yeah. I mean,
If
thought
we can keep a 30% retention rate on all this, I'll be happy.
honestly, I thought that it was going to be like that after, every time we have these runs on stuff, I'm like, oh man, the used market's going to be great. It was never great. Like the used market was just not great. There was not a lot of people selling. They weren't selling for like nothing.
Really? Because I was buying AR-15s for dirt cheap.
Yeah, but you live in such a small area that I think you see different stuff than we do in like a bigger city like Colorado Springs.
Well, I don't have a bunch of bullshit to deal with like you bunch of Colorado assholes.
That is true. Jackie, did you see like after a couple of the scares over the last 5-6 years, did you kind of see any uncertainty in the used market after that, or was it just kind of business?
I think around here it was pretty good. Like especially ARs and things like that, you could really get them for pretty cheap, at least in my area. But I think it just kind of usually depends on what the run is and what people want to get rid of.
Yeah. I don't know. Savage left. Aaron, what about you?
what about me?
Are we boring you?
No, but look at this. I'm really upset with this. So you see this picture here, and it talks about how to shape your pole the correct way.
Yeah,
Dude,
it's like
look how
kidney bean.
Look how low res it is. I don't know if you guys can actually see that, but it's like,
It's very low resolution.
yeah. I mean, like, all right, yeah. There we go.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
looks like they photocopied it.
Yeah.
6 times.
Yeah, and it was. I'm disappointed with the quality of work there, but yeah, I think I was hoping for cheap guns too. We're all fucking hoping for cheap guns. But but you know what? I want more than cheap guns. Fucking cheap ammo.
Oh, you know what I want more than cheap ammo? Any ammo.
Right? Like, fuck, dude. I've been swearing a lot tonight. I'm sorry.
Jeez, no kidding. I'm like,
I'm really got a lot going on. So but
we're
yeah,
sorry, editor.
It's okay. Let it out. Just let it out.
It's disappointing that there is no ammo available right now for the guns that I already own. I don't need more. I always need more guns, but do I need more guns that also will not have ammo? That's the question.
True. True. Jackie, like I know doing gun reviews and articles and stuff like that, ammo's it's a big part of that. It's been rough, right?
It's been incredibly tough. Yeah. And I mean, that's why we're having to, look to other avenues sometimes for content and getting more into like journalism and analyzing other things in the industry, talking about more survival and prep and things like that, because it is incredibly difficult. It's really hard to ask a writer to shell out 1,000 or 2,000 rounds to do a review. Like that hurts me to ask somebody to do.
Yeah.
So we're having to scale back on the reviews that we're doing. I mean, we're upfront about that. Hey, we ran 200 rounds for this because that's all we got, man. You're gonna have to roll with it. But yeah, it's really tough.
Have you considered writing articles about women peeing in the woods?
Yes, actually.
Because NRA is doing it. I think you guys need to trump them.
I need to do it better.
Yeah. Well, obviously you can. So
yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Is that encouragement? I think
So
I'm weirded out.
Yeah. He's like, well,
are you being nice to me?
Oh, maybe.
I don't.
No.
I think it was actually creepy. I don't know.
I wasn't trying. I'm just gonna drink my soda and enjoy the show. I should get my book back out. Does that make it better?
No, but yeah, ammo's like been a big thing. We've I've been lucky to like leverage some contacts to get stuff in, but like our ammo budget normally is at level, down here, and I mean it's at least triple what it was last year by this time. Probably our ammo budget this year has been equal to what we paid last year total, which is pretty incredible. But
And we're only 3 months in. Damn.
Yeah, we have a text list for ammo deals, and we find ammo every single day. That's pretty much the only way I've stayed in business here, is by finding good ammo deals and then buying it. And there's not like great prices, but there is ammo out there if you're willing to pay for it. Which, it's just.
We were talking about that the other day, Shawn. How like this 9mm ammo, I was like, oh, look at that! It's the same cost as what we used to pay for defensive ammo.
Mm-hmm.
It's just fucking, FMJ. It's like, are you kidding me? This is ridiculous.
I mean, like self-defense ammo is still like $1.20 a round, but so is FMJ tool ammo.
Right.
It's pretty bad when I got 9mm for $45 a box, and people are thanking me for keeping it that cheap.
Ouch.
Yeah.
They're like, "Why is it so expensive?" I'm like, "Because I paid almost 40 for it."
Right.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
What a time to be alive. Jackie, you can stick around with us for a bit?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, cool. What were you going to say, Jeremy?
No, that's just fucking crazy, yeah.
It is. Like, I think the last shipment I got,
but
I paid $600 for a case, and I was, like, thankful.
I just don't understand why people are, like, so fucking blown away. Like, this happens every 4 years.
Yeah, it really does.
Phil was talking about this when he was on, and he's not wrong.
Who?
Phil, Rebel Ace.
Oh, yeah. No, he's totally right. It does actually happen every 4 years, and still everyone acts surprised by it every time.
All this year's done is give me enough money that I'm going to just, as soon as 9mm gets back to like a normal price, I'm just going to buy like $50,000 worth of it and just stick it in the back of my range for the next 4 years, just so I can triple my money.
Not a bad idea. We went to the range and filmed, and we shot 1,400 rounds the last range trip, and it's painful.
Yeah, it's like $1,400.
Yeah.
It was nuts, but what a time to be alive.
Yay.
That audio is so chill.
Well, because it was really loud on my end.
Was it?
Yeah.
It's weird. Normally it's really loud on my side, but I look at the output and it's not. Tonight it's reverse. It's really quiet on my side and the output is like pegged.
Yeah, because it's like, oh shit, this is so chill as my ears bleed.
So I have to go by what I see on my board here, because this is the master copy that actually gets sent to the editor and edited and published. So as long as it sounds good here, that's all that really matters. So fuck your ears is what I'm trying to say.
Basically.
Yeah. That's what I'm trying to say. All right, let's talk about some gear. But before we do, Aaron, you get to choose again.
Oh, well, obviously it's so easy that I will choose Polymer 80.
Jackie, have you done Polymer 80 stuff?
I have edited articles about it, but I've never done one on my own. It's on my to-do list.
You got to do them. They're actually pretty fun. You carry a Glock, I think, right?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. So I don't shoot Glocks very well because of the grip angle.
Yeah.
I'm more of like the 1911 Smith & Wesson, that grip angle, and Polymer 80, their grip angle is exactly like it's exactly like the 19, or not exactly, but very similar to the 1911 and the Smith & Wesson grip angle that I shoot well. So pretty much I think I have one Glock, and it's a full auto Glock, and everything else is Polymer 80. So I've probably got 10 or 15 of those, and they're fun. They're super addictive. You can make them do whatever you want to do. You can make them into whatever you want. I've got really basic ones. I've got really bougie ones. And now they're making their serialized guns. Have you seen those?
I don't think so.
Yeah, they're actually making serialized guns as a manufacturer. Yeah, very, very cool.
Poor bastards that live in states that don't allow ghost guns.
Oh, yeah. That reminds me. Hold on. Eagle shows. Talk about that during.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, there's like all kinds of stuff going on. But Polymer 80, whether you want to make your own, whether you want to buy one just from them, go to polymer80.com. Coupon code WLS's Life Saves You Money. And if you can't find them there at their website, Brownells has them all over the place. And you can go to welikeshooting.com/sponsors, click on Brownells, and find those. So let's see. We got all kinds of stuff, all kinds of products to talk about. Aaron, I'm going to start with you just because I don't want you to go back to the Koi book.
Wind turbines. Okay, so we always talk about prepping and some of the stuff that we need, and I think wind turbine is a excellent thing because, as Jeremy and I talked about in the past, solar is not really an option for where I live. If you look at the ratings, I'm a D state out of A, B, C, D, E, where Michigan's D in regards to solar power.
Mm-hmm.
But we get plenty of wind where we're at. And the actual reason why I'm looking at wind turbines is if you go out my driveway, I have a little apple orchard started over there. It's all
sweet.
Well, yeah, it's been going for like 5 years now, and
Eat the apples.
It's almost there. Almost there.
So it takes 5 years for an apple tree to mature to start producing apples, and and I've been doing this for 5 years with these apple trees, but the apple trees are only 3 years old. The oldest ones, because fucking deer keep getting in there and eating them.
Okay.
So the trees, they just eat the trees down. So every year, the fence around it gets more and more intricate, bigger. As soon as it's going to have Constantine wire over it and fucking lights, it's going to look like a prison. I've lost 2 apple trees already this year.
Would you say a prison camp?
Apple Schwitz.
Too soon?
You want to know how to keep deer out of your apple trees?
Yeah.
Wow, man, that was good.
Besides shooting them,
I'm all ears.
go buy big stalks of tobacco.
Okay.
Just raw tobacco, and hang them in the trees next to, like, a little, like, just like adjacent to the apple trees.
Okay.
And let them eat the tobacco leaves, like cure them and all that fun stuff. And they get like a sweet smell. You ever smelled like an unsmoked pack of cigarettes, like a fresh pack of cigarettes? It smells like raisins. Tobacco tastes very sweet. You can give it to like horses for like a treat. Deer will eat it. They'll actually get addicted to the nicotine, and then they will only look for that plant. You want to talk about baiting a fucking deer and knowing where that thing's going to be every day? Get them addicted to tobacco.
Yeah, but is tobacco really going to grow well outside in fucking
Go
Michigan?
buy it. Actually, tobacco is pretty hardy.
I mean, I'm growing some right now, but I've got a greenhouse, so.
Yeah, my dad actually grew 5 tobacco plants, at one in the middle and one at each corner of our garden because it kept the bugs out.
Oh, interesting.
Because
Well-
the bugs land on the tobacco and they die.
You could do that, but what if instead, adjacent to your apple trees, you hung bags of cocaine?
Same
If you're going to
idea.
get them addicted to something,
You
you
gotta
might as
get
well.
them to smell it.
I'll put
I
nicotine.
never did the cocaine to get high. I just like the way it smelled.
But then they'll go to Detroit.
Right.
Right.
They won't mess with your apple trees.
So they
Oh, no,
just,
that's heroin.
so I live in the country, and they just clear cut this huge area near my home. So now I got fucking twice as many deer because they've all moved out of that huge forested area.
Oh,
But
man.
anyhow, I got this
Well,
fence.
Jeff said any negatives to eating tobacco for deer, and I'm like, who cares?
No. So Aaron, what you do, just put a bottle of prescription pills out there, and then they'll get hooked on those. Then they'll go to Detroit looking for opiates.
There you go. Fentanyl everywhere. And I'm just growing fentanyl. I don't know how. I'm planting seeds. I assume those are like seeds, the pills.
We'll take a satellite photo of Aaron's yard soon. It'll be just poppies.
So
Poppies. Yes, poppies.
the fenced in area where the apple trees are, I'm going to eventually move my chicken coop out there.
Oh,
'Cause
wow.
I've got 9 chickens.
It's
The
kind of
prob-
far from the house, though.
Exactly. And the biggest thing that I have to deal with is keeping power out there because for heat lamps, because it gets fucking cold here in the wintertime.
Mhm.
And right now I have an extension cord running from next to me out the doggy door out to the chicken coop. So what if I could get a wind turbine out there, not a big one. These are real, they're like $800, $900, under $1,000 for this wind turbine, and it will. They're great. They're small. They're like 20, 30, 40 feet tall. Really lightweight. You don't need a crane or anything to set them up. It could just be 2 people. I watched the installation video. It looked real simple, and it's actually something I keep out there. The chickens will have electricity and power, so that I don't have to go out there, and they can free range more so than they can where they are at now.
Well, you're going to need a charge controller and then a bank of batteries. I don't think one's going to do it.
No,
especially at night.
Yeah, I saw a guy had used 6 batteries off of golf carts.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to want deep cycles. for
Yeah,
sure.
but you'll want a deep cycle, maybe even a lithium, and those are going to be like $800 each for the good ones. Like,
The chickens, they don't need to be fucking good.
yeah. So
I mean,
these
deep cycle are like boat batteries. You can get away with that.
these turbines, I've seen them. I used to camp next to a property, and they put one of these up by their house. Like, they built their house right next to the property line, which is the weirdest thing ever.
Yeah.
And they had turbines up, and they would constantly come down, and you just like hear what sounded like a car accident, and this turbine would be down, dust everywhere. It happened constantly. The guide wires were broke because of the wind. But Aaron, because where you are, do you get enough wind through there? Because you have tons of trees surrounding your property.
Right, but that space where the apples are at is a really wide open space. It's closer to where the road is, so you have a corridor of wind coming through there.
Nice.
It's actually raised up. My house kind of goes down in the gully, so my house is lower and surrounded by the woods. But over there in the apple area, it's high enough that I think with a 30 feet will clear those trees around the area, and it would be great.
Very nice. Yeah, I wonder how much power output these things have. It doesn't actually say on the website.
Right, and I was trying to find that too because I wanted it to be enough to run the lights out there and maybe a webcam so I can see what's going on.
I mean, I've seen models from 800 to 2 kilowatts, which is, 800 watts to 2 kilowatts, which isn't bad.
Aaron, how many chickens do you have?
9.
How big is your chicken coop?
Not that big. It needs to be bigger. I'm actually looking at buying a bigger one.
Is it insulated?
I insulated it after the fact.
What do you mean?
No, it's not insulated, but I insulated it after I got it because of the weather.
You want to know something funny?
Yeah.
If you just insulate the fucking thing, chickens make their own heat.
Well, but what was happening is even with the insulation that I put in there,
The piss poor insulation that you put in there.
the Owings scoring whatever the Pink Panther shit that's I think R26 or whatever it was. The water would still freeze inside, so I'd have a light on there to keep the water, a heat lamp on there to keep the water from freezing.
If you get more chickens, get packed in pretty tight for the night. If you get enough chickens in the coop and don't make the area bigger and insulate it properly, they'll keep it warm. You won't have to do it for them.
They always said we didn't need heat lamps for our chickens in the middle of the winter, but I always put them out there because I just felt guilty.
Yeah, I mean, my chickens actually got frostbite this year.
Like
Yeah.
their toes turn black.
No, they're on their whatever that thing is called on their head.
Comb.
That's pretty cold.
Yeah, their combs the tips started turning black. So I had to I actually brought them into the garage and heated them up for a couple days and let because it got fucking cold here.
Yeah.
It got crazy cold here.
It's Michigan.
Right. And normally, I mean, we haven't had a really this huge of a cold front come through in a while. So, I brought them in to the garage and let them heat up for a bit. But yeah, I thought one was going to die for sure. But again, they're chickens. And basically, I give away like 3.5 dozen eggs a week to my coworkers because I'm not going to eat that much eggs. But I dig them. The chickens are
Chickens are great pets.
Yeah, they're cute. They'll coo at you and they let you pet them and shit. It's really cool.
Oh yeah, I used to sit in the backyard and work, just go out and sit on the patio chair, and they would literally hop up on my legs and just roost there for the day.
Yeah, they are
Aaron,
actually.
I've
super
seen
cool.
what you do to the chickens, and that is not petting.
I choked the chicken. No,
Maybe heavy petting.
$829 for a 30-foot tower.
Go ahead, Jeremy.
Oh, I was gonna say, hey, if an egg can fit in there, why can't I?
I had a feeling it was going there.
So I wondered about this too. If I were to cut open one of my chickens, right? If I took a chicken and just cut it open, how many eggs would I find inside of it?
2 or
Like,
3.
Yeah, like it's partly developed and then fully developed. That's crazy to think about that.
It's a fucking factory, man.
Yeah, basically, that's
It's
unreal.
a conveyor belt.
And it's so hilarious when they lay an egg because they're like, "Wah, wah, wah," you know, they're all yelling and they all just start yelling like, "Hey, look at this! Holy shit, this came out of me!" You know, yeah, and it's hilarious. I do dig the chickens.
Jackie, do you have chickens?
No chickens. No.
They're great pets.
Yeah, you should actually get some.
You should get 5.
I should get 5. Like that's the starting number.
Yep.
Okay.
Because a couple might die, maybe, and maybe one will be a rooster, and you have to get rid of it.
Right.
I'm about to order like 250 of them.
Jesus.
So I had 10.
A lot.
Well, actually, I had 6, and then a hawk came and ate one, and then I had 5, and then I got 4 more because you can't just buy one. Because I was told that if you buy a black one, it will make the hawks think it's a blackbird, and hawks hate blackbirds. So I had to get 4 of those, and those are cool too. So they're kind of assholes. Those are the asshole birds. The other ones are pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did you guys see that Smith & Wesson announced a new product?
No. Tell us more, Shawn.
Jackie, did you see it?
I did not.
They announced it today. It's 8 p.m. Eastern. It's the Shield Plus.
Ooh.
Plus what?
They were like, you know what? We see you, Hellcat. We see you, 365. We see you, and we want to rate.
You mean when it took their entire market share because it was a better idea than what they had?
Yes, exactly. So they've released the Shield Plus, which is basically going to be 13 and 10 round magazines. And they've got a couple of different models. They've got the safety and the no safety. They've got a 10-pound trigger pull on a couple of the models.
Ugh.
Yeah, which
Why?
it's going to be for like non-free states. There's requirements for that on some.
And 13, they had to go one more than the fucking Ruger.
The Max, is that the one you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think the P365 is 12 and 10. But yeah, so everyone's trying to one up each other, which this is an arms race that I can get down with. Everybody trying to pack more rounds into the smaller frames. That's definitely a great thing. They've got the Performance Center version, which has a longer slide, a longer barrel. They've got a couple of them that have night sights, and they've got a couple of them that have optics cuts and actually come with a Crimson Trace red dot on the slide. And
no thumb safety. I love it.
Yeah. So I wanted to get you guys' thoughts on this. Like, I'm a huge Smith & Wesson fanboy, but I got to be honest, I don't give a shit about this at all. Like, I carried the Shield for a very long time. I liked it, but I think there's just way better options. I think the Shield's kind of past its prime. Aaron, go ahead.
You're missing the boat, Shawn, because how many Shields do you currently own?
1.
I thought you had every model that was out.
Well, I've got the Shield Easy 9. I've got the Shield Easy 380. I've got the actual Shield, the original version. And then I've got 5 or 6 other M&Ps.
So I think you need to it's like Pokemon. You got to get them all, Shawn.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. You got to collect them all. You can't just have one.
Speaking of Pokemon, I found a Pokemon card on my desk. And it sounds like a venereal disease. It's called a clobberpuss. Look at this thing. I'm not making that shit up. Look at that.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Christ.
It's something you don't want to get, a clobberpuss.
Yeah, I definitely don't want that.
Yeah. All right. But back to the whole thing. Yeah, you got to collect them all, Shawn.
No, I really am not interested. So they actually did. They had the hinge triggers on Shields, and that was a lot of people hated them. So they added more similar to a Glock. So it's a flat face trigger. It's got the safety blade in the middle. And again, this all literally just came out within the last couple hours. It was leaked earlier today, but I think the Performance Center I'd be interested in. One of the slides has ports in it, and I don't know. I think they're too little, too late. Jackie, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, they're kind of coming in a little late to the game after the Hellcat and the P365, but I am a fan of Shield. Like when I'm not carrying the Glock 19, I do carry the Shield because they are tiny. So I would be curious to try this out.
Curious?
God damn it, Aaron.
Really? Really?
I mean, honestly, he has to do that every single time.
He says it.
I know.
It's not
I know.
you. It's not you.
No, I know. I watched the show. I know how to do it.
Really?
Yes, I legitimately watch.
I'm surprised Johnny watches our show, for fuck's sake. Like he doesn't have anything better to do.
Not
I
really
just
fan.
lurk. I never comment. I just lurk like a stalker in the background.
That's fair. That's
Yeah,
fair.
I mean, I feel like that's y'all speed, so it's cool, Stalker vibes. Anyway, I'd be curious to try this and just see how it stacks up. Like if I like it better than the regular shield or not, or if it really makes a difference. I mean, I don't know. I feel like they're getting kind of crazy with the shield models though. Like,
Oh my God. The names. I remember doing a review of the Easies, and it was like the MMP,
yes.
the MMP
2.0
Easy Shield 9mm. Like what? Stop.
Yeah.
Just it's I don't know. I don't know.
Like everyone at the naming convention gets an input. Like, there's 6 of us here. We all get one part of it.
Exactly. I feel so bad for the dude that got 2.0.
Oh.
But yeah, I'm more interested in the longer barreled version. But yeah, I'm kind of done with my shield. I've moved on. I'm in a better place now. And
Unlike Aaron.
Unlike Aaron, who's now in a much worse place.
Yes.
It'll get better. It has to.
Okay.
It has to.
But yeah, so this came out, and I'm interested, but I think there's way better options because the shield is bigger than the 365, even with the long slide version that I have. Like it's bigger than the XL. I'm 99% positive.
I don't think there's a lot that can compete with the 365 right now. Like,
Agreed.
I mean, people are trying, but I mean, I just don't think anything really compares right now at this moment. So
yeah, 100% agree. I'm not a huge SIG fan, but
me neither.
It's
badass.
I carry it every single day, and like nothing can knock it off the pedestal.
Yeah.
Let's see, Savage. What do you want to talk about? Okay, you're muted.
No,
Also,
okay.
I just saw what you typed, and I'm done.
Oh, I can't talk about it? Not even a little bit?
Hey, you can talk about whatever you want.
All right. Well, with the coming out of these stimulus checks, I know
Savage.
a lot of people. Yes.
You came out, is what he's saying.
Yeah, he said you're the coming out of, and I said of Savage.
Next week. But with the coming out of the stimulus package this week in people's bank accounts, a lot of money, $1.9 trillion is going to be flooding into the U.S. market. Now, anybody who understands, supply and demand, anybody who understands monetary policy knows that when you put more money out, and that's debt, it's not wealth, it's actually debt that you're putting out, you're devaluing the currency. And 1.9 trillion in one shot is a huge amount of devaluation to the general money pool. So, one day you have $1,000 or $1,400, and after it's been devalued through inflation, it's worth 10, 20% less. So something that has been going on for at least 10 years and is going to be going on in the future, and that people really need to understand, is that you have to be able to divest from the monetary supply, from cash, into something that is either going to maintain its value or increase in value over time, because otherwise it's like what they say, it's a melting ice cube. You're holding a melting ice cube, and all that ice is melting away in your hands and onto the floor and basically going to evaporate into nothingness over time. So it's better to put your money into a store of value. And that is why I think, we actually saw a really huge dip today in the crypto market, just because, there was a big buy up and then a sell off. But with this huge influx of money, I think a lot of people are going to realize that cryptocurrency is going to be a safer value for the investment of their money than a lot of other things that they would normally be spending on. Because again, when you're spending your money, or if you're just holding your money, it's losing value. But things like Bitcoin, like Ethereum, like any of the major cryptocurrencies out there that are being brought into this, into this space to create wealth, to bring people out. I mean, it's not meant to bring people out of poverty per se, but it's giving people the tools they need to bring themselves out of poverty if they're willing to put in the informational, investment of time and thought and due diligence into what they're looking into. And I think, we're going to see a huge bump
in cryptocurrency after this, because people are getting to that point where they realize that the dollar is not what it used to be. It doesn't hold value anymore. And things like Bitcoin and others are what really are going to be the way people maintain their wealth from now on.
So what would you say to people who say that you're replacing one fiat currency with another made up currency, and if the power grid goes out and you can't access that stuff, it's just made up and holds no real value? What would you say to those people?
Well, I mean, your dollars aren't going to hold any fucking real value if the power grid goes down and everything stops. I mean, the only thing that's really going to hold value is actual commodities like food, like guns and bullets. You know, your dollar is going to be fucking worthless.
Yeah, but so is cryptocurrency if you don't have a computer, if you don't have an internet, and you're just going to convert it to this fiat dollar that
not necessarily, because the economy is switching over in many parts. Right now, we're seeing PayPal is going to be enabling crypto payments for purchasing things on Amazon, on eBay. That's coming up this quarter, end of March. PayPal is enabling that kind of stuff. So if you have ETH, if you have Litecoin, if you have Bitcoin that you bought on PayPal, you're going to be able to buy actual things that you would be able to buy on eBay or Amazon with that currency. So the change is happening. Institutional money is flowing, exploding into cryptocurrency. I mean, Elon Musk is getting into there, Grayscale, all these major hedge funds are doing nothing but buying into cryptocurrency. Jeremy knows what the fuck I'm talking about. I mean, the mainstream is going into there, and it's going to just be exploding from here on out, because companies don't want to be caught with their pants down on money that's just basically devaluing in the bank account.
So, I mean, the answer that I was hoping for there would be that, like, now you can actually there's debit cards that you can do. There's actual retailers that are taking crypto, things like that.
There are debit cards out there. It's a little bit more complicated to get into. Companies like Coinbase are going to be releasing debit cards where, again, it's a Visa, where, I mean, and there are those out there, but again, those are more complicated to get into. The Coinbase one is going to be really awesome because you just buy the cryptocurrency on Coinbase, you link it up with your Visa card that they're going to send to you, and you just swipe the card, and then it'll automatically convert the crypto into whatever you want to buy. And there's going to be a taxable event there, but it can go either way.
Yeah. I mean,
I heard you go either way.
I'm definitely not.
You didn't hear wrong.
Whoa. I'm definitely not anti-crypto. I'm not.
Yes,
I think that there's a time and a place. I think that we're still very far away, because honestly, I was trying to recover a couple things that I hadn't logged into for a while, and one of them had then now split into a US version. So all the stuff and the money that I have in the other one that I hadn't logged into for a while, it's gone. It is unavailable to me. I cannot convert it. I cannot transfer it. It's just gone. That's
what due diligence comes in. You have to be on top of your shit. This is when it comes to crypto, you are in charge of your fucking, destiny. Because before, banks were in charge. They dealt with all of the risk and all the insurance and all the responsibility when it comes to dealing with your money. But the problem is they're able to make money because of that. And when you own your own crypto and you have control of your own money and you can tell it what you want to do, you're in control. But then all the responsibility lies with you. So that stuff went away. But it's because, maybe you just weren't keeping up on it. You weren't aware of what was going on, and you hadn't paid attention to it in years. And,
that is exactly what happened, because I don't sit there and micromanage my bank account either. I don't go make sure that my dollars are still called dollars and not called Doge dollars or something crazy like that.
Didgeridoos.
Yeah. Exactly. Jackie, are you in crypto at all? What are your thoughts on the whole thing?
Not at all. Not that I have anything against it. I just don't feel like I've researched it and educated myself enough to dive into it, because I do think it's something that you should probably, understand before you dabble in.
And that's a great point. And we're not sponsored by Coinbase at any point whatsoever. I'm not sponsored. I can give an affiliate link, but not an affiliate link, but a reference link. But so here's the thing. Companies like Coinbase, they have this thing called Coinbase Earn. And you go there and you watch these videos, and they basically explain what every single cryptocurrency, not everyone, but a number of cryptocurrencies they carry do. So you understand fundamentally how they work and how they can be used. And then when you finish watching the videos and taking the quizzes, they actually reward you with that cryptocurrency so you can try it out and, use it.
Sorry, you cut out, but I think we got what you were saying.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that crypto right now is like the 357 sig. It's like it exists. Some people are total fans of it. It's got some good things behind it, but ultimately, like, it's not ready for prime time, and no one.
Like,
really
I don't give a shit about that. I just want all of the fucking people that fucking love this shit to suck its dick enough to where the price gets high enough that I can bail and pay off my real monies. Like, that's all I give a fuck about.
And Savage, you mentioned Jeremy loves it. I'm like, no, Jeremy doesn't love it. Jeremy loves the fact that he can convert it into real actual money and then use it to actually pay real bills and things like that. Where, like, right now, it's tough to do that. So
it's
I'm not
a store of value ultimately. Depending on how you use it.
Well, like somebody in the comments said something about like it's not based on anything tangible. Neither's our fucking money.
Right.
We used to be on
our
the
actual money. There is no
fiat.
It's fiat currency. There's nothing what's tangible is people's faith in it. That's the only reason gold and silver. That's the only reason gold and silver have value. Is
based on the full faith and credit of the U.S.
I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about fucking precious metals, fucking diamonds. Why are they worth it? Because people like shiny shit, and my girlfriend won't shut the fuck up till I buy her a goddamn diamond ring. And fucking gold is goddamn worthless as a fucking like. What do you? Gold's I doesn't keep an edge. I can't split wood with it. It's fucking stupid. Why do I keep this yellow bullshit metal around that does absolutely nothing? Ooh.
It's worth a lot for electronics.
Yeah,
quite a bit.
There you go. Like, it's got a really good conductivity for electronics, and that's what it should only be used in. The fact that this is fucking gold is fucking stupid.
Well, yeah, but I mean that's one of the reasons it has value is because of those industrial applications.
Nothing has value. Everything's has an intangible value until human beings till the fucking 8 part of our brain goes, ooh, shiny rock, and we put value on it.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, there's some options.
It actually has value is food, water, and shelter.
Right. And
sex.
Well, drugs.
Rock and roll.
There you go.
I don't know what's happening anymore. Jackie, is there any gear you've been excited about lately?
So I'm in the middle of testing the Filster Enigma right now. So that's pretty interesting.
It is.
Yeah. I just ordered a new part for it. I ordered their a new buckle for it that's supposed to fit small people like me because the current one is a little bit too big.
So under 4 feet.
Yes, under 4 feet. How am I going? Like before, I was 4 feet. Now you're like making me shorter. How am I like?
I don't know if you know this, but Jackie is actually podcasting from inside my shirt pocket.
That's right. We're live right now inside of Jerambe's.
Jeremy, inside of your pocket looks amazing.
I was like, first of all, we all know
I really classed the place up.
Yeah.
We did it nice for.
Right. We had like a nice little redesign. We had like Joanna and Chip Gaines come in and like zhuzh it up a little bit. So,
There it is.
But you had something else in your show notes, Jackie, that you wanted to talk about.
What else?
What else?
The Ruger Max 9?
Oh no, I put that in.
Oh, you put that in there.
I was like,
okay. I was going to say, because I got an advanced copy, actually, of the Ruger Max 9. I don't think anybody here on the show's heard about this before, but here it is right here. You see that?
Is that a Yeggings?
It's called a Keltec P11, and it's been around for fucking ever.
Except this gun will probably actually work.
Wait,
this one works great.
That's so much like my PF9.
It is a lot like the PF9, except it's a 10 rounder and it can be expandable to 12 rounds or 14 rounds, however you want to do it.
That looks like a Sky CPX2.
And it is. It's basically what it is.
Yeah.
Wait, shake it. Does it rattle? If it doesn't, it's the Sky.
So the Ruger Max 9 is another playa in this space, in the whole Hellcat Shield Plus. So 12+1. Rounds of 9mm. It's got fiber optic sights and the blacked out U-notch rear sight. Just another one of these 10+1, 12+1. Everyone's just trying to get in on this game.
I know. These guys did it how many years ago? How many fucking years ago?
How many is for? I guarantee you that thing's way fucking bigger than this thing is.
Yeah.
Really? I don't know. I mean,
dude,
I was going to say, look at. I wonder what happened to him.
Look at my. I don't have large hands. This is not that huge.
Wait, is he ejecting a round?
This is like 365, like that realm.
This is what it's competing against.
Wait, is he ejecting an unspent round?
Yes,
it looks like it. Yeah.
This is cool, man.
Is like, I'm clearing a jam because this thing fucking sucks. Because that's what I'm picking up right there.
But just another thing. Like everyone's getting into the game now. It's weird.
Good for them. They're fucking
Austin
lady
did it.
shit. But
Yeah.
at least you made it to the party.
Yeah, I agree. And honestly, the more we drive, smaller package, more rounds, more capacity, the better off we're all going to be. So I'm down with it. They're all coming in. I think the Shield was like $550. This one's going to be a $499 retail. So you're going to be at $450 in that neck of the woods.
Even if you hate either of these two options, the Smith and the Ruger, it's going to drive the price of the 365 and the Hellcat down, because it was 365. There was no fucking competition. It was in a fucking class of its goddamn own. They were the only one that was actually fucking thinking. And people went, oh shit. And then you could charge whatever the fuck you wanted for 365 when they first came out. And then the 43X and the Hellcat. And you're like, oh, you got a little bit, but hey man, if Ruger's going to come out with an economy option in this kind of class and somebody who might not have a lot of money, but like kind of gets it, but can't afford a 365, this is fantastic.
So yeah, I don't know.
This will help the poors.
I love how everybody's calling for me to do a desk popper in ND. God, Jesus Christ!
Don't do it.
I know.
I want you to do it. I want you to do a desk pop into the roof of your mouth.
So getting back to
dark. Holy shit!
Getting back to the Filster real quick, Jackie. That thing, it's weird, and at first I think people see it and they're like, but I don't know. Like it seems like there might be some good stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's really versatile. I mean, the whole package is based on modularity. And I think, just from my perspective, I think women especially would benefit from something like this, just because of the attire that we have marketed towards us most of the time, with skirts and, yoga pants and leggings and things like that may not always have a belt or have a rigid enough belt line to carry a gun. This looks like it might be a pretty decent option. So there'll be a review on Pew Pew Tactical here in the next few months. I'm really trying to put it through the ringer and get some really good data on it before I write it up. But it looks pretty promising.
Where did you find a working one, or did you refurb it? The ringer. They haven't made them since like 1942.
I have no idea.
It's a joke. Do you know what put it through the ringer? Do you know what put it through the ringer means?
Yes, I do actually. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
It just took me a minute.
It's okay. I got it now. The only thing about the Filster is it's like down in your pants, right?
Yes.
See, I don't have a whole lot of room in my pants. I'm what some people call thick.
Is that 1 C or 2 C's?
2 C's.
No, that's with a K.
3 Ks.
Whoa! I'm thick with 3 Ks. What?
No.
The high K.
Show name.
No. Yeah, I'm curious about it. Like I've seen it. I know that primary and secondary are like kind of all about it, or at least Matt is. But yeah, it is interesting and it is different from so many other things. So
yeah, it is. And the nice thing is, I mean, I can appreciate this about Filster, is that I didn't have to buy a new holster for it because I already had a Dark Star Gear holster and it already worked for that. So I wasn't, forced into buying a Filster holster on top of buying the system too. So that was kind of nice.
That's definitely nice. Jerambe, you wrote something in the show notes, and food. Yeah, tell me more. This is
so what?
This is how I got thick. Anyway, bad jokes. We're both 1 for 1 now. Go ahead.
Yeah. So food. We were talking about food last week, and I've been wanting to order. It wasn't a crappy joke. That was a well thought out joke. Just because you retards didn't pick up on it doesn't mean it was bad. So we were talking about survival because Phil Rabelais, he's a prepper kind of guy, and I've been wanting to order like some survival food for a while. So I finally sat down and ordered some buckets of emergency food prep. So I sat down.
Did you get the Wise food?
I did get Wise Foods.
Yeah, I figured buckets.
I got Wise Foods.
I hope you don't have a salt problem.
No.
Because I love salt. You'll love this food.
I put that shit on everything.
Yeah.
It's basically, dude. If it's starving to death or salty rice, like I'm into it.
Yeah. Oh, I'll give you that.
And so I ordered 2 buckets of that were like 124 days a piece, or 124 meals, sorry, a piece.
Dang.
And I was like, that's enough for
3 days.
And I tell my wife, I'm like, I finally ordered this 3 days, right? I tell my wife, I'm like, I ordered food for this, blah 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 blah. And she goes, "Is it gluten free?" And I went, "Fuck, I didn't check that." I'm like, "Babe, if it's the apocalypse, like you're just gonna have to like have an upset tummy and possibly shit your pants. Like, I'm sorry." and she's like, "Can you check?" And so I went back and looked, and no, what I ordered was not gluten free. So I ordered 2 more buckets of gluten free food for my wife,
good.
and yeah, so they actually have it. So they have hold on, it's actually right behind me.
So he is taking off his headset. No, he is.
Well, what's crazy is the thought that she's only going to survive for 120 meals before she has to fucking shit her pants. You're only, stopping the inevitable at this point.
Yeah. He's bringing back 2 big buckets, sitting down.
So,
Room thundered.
one of her buckets is not here yet. This is 84 servings of gluten-free grab and go, and it's rice and loaded baked potato casserole, potatoes, chicken pot pie, tomato basil soup with pasta, and it is all gluten-free.
That's pretty cool.
So I ordered this
It's funny to
bucket
think
and
about
another bucket.
gluten-free.
My wife.
Oh, no shit. Okay.
I don't give a fuck. I take all her gluten.
Right.
Do they have vegetarian options?
Do they have a double gluten option?
That I didn't look for actually, but my sister-in-law and my mother-in-law are both gluten-free. So
Are you sure your food with them?
I mean, I'm not gonna like.
You
they
should.
would need help. They're gonna need help anyways. So, and in the spirit of all that too, we were talking about talk to your local butcher shop, and I was talking about my local butcher shop. So I called them like Wednesday, and so I ordered I actually got to go pick it up this week sometime. Waiting for him to call me. I ordered a quarter of a cow, half a pig, 2 whole chickens, and 6 pounds of chicken breast that I have to go pick up sometime this week.
Very nice.
Wow.
So I'll have so it's going to be probably 300 or 400 pounds of meat that I'll end up paying about $800 for, if I did my math right.
You got a big ass freezer to put all that in?
Yeah, like a 21 cubic foot.
And you have a generator.
Yeah.
You just got a generator just in case the power goes out.
And I have a 12,000 watt generator that runs 12 separate circuits in my yeah.
Now is your generator gas or propane?
Gas.
Okay.
It's gas powered. And is Jerambe going to war soon? That's up to the federal government.
See, I need to get a natural gas style generator so I can just plug into that fucking pipe that runs next to my house.
You might need a little bit of a regulator for that. I mean, I would like to figure out a way. I would like to figure out a way to like, get electricity without like a fucking because we have a river pretty close to our house. You guys have been here. Like the river is only maybe a quarter of a mile that way. It'd be cool if I could like build something that I could drag down there with a 4-wheeler and then just run a cable all the way back up here and just have fucking power with like off a goddamn like a hydroelectric thing.
A quarter mile is what, over 1,000 feet, 1,200 or something, 1,100 feet.
Yeah, it'd be like 1,1700 feet, something like that.
They make those, Jerambe, that you can just chuck in a river and
Yeah.
generate some power. They're a little pricey for the better ones because they sell a lot of shitty ones, but don't get one of those.
So the only issue I would see is diminished return on your you lose electricity over that much distance with a regular standard.
And you get a better cable.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying you're going to lose it over that much distance.
Gold cable.
Oh yeah, just melt down your ring.
Exactly.
You have to really draw that fucker out.
I mean, if it came down to it, you just cut the fucking power lines down. If they're not using them anymore, you just fucking cut it over there, drop it down, hook it up, run it up to your fucking house. I mean, you kill all your neighbors and do a thing, but like, I thought about it. Like, you could build like
That's just details,
if you could, well, I like my neighbors and they would help me fight. So, but if I could come up with a big enough one, the problem is that river is pretty volatile. It goes from a yard wide and a foot deep to 40 feet deep and running like a goddamn drag car. But yeah, you'd have to figure out a way to like do that. But like, that'd be cool if you could just power like a small section.
I just wait for something like very minimal to happen, and Jeremy just like takes out the whole neighborhood and cuts down the power lines. Like, I don't know, just because he got the wrong mail or something. I think it's gonna happen.
There was a back on the interstate. Jeremy's going to fucking war.
But I mean, there's something to be said about a 50-pound bag of rice in a food grade bucket.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah,
I mean, you're not going to starve to death for a while.
Right.
Good stuff. Aaron, Black Rhino concealment.
They make whole. Yeah, I caught that.
Sorry.
Sorry, I was doing a Google search and I didn't want to click on my. Yeah, so there's this. I was looking for this Alaskan movie where this guy opens up a saw on a bunch of cops. And I thought, like, that's Jeremy, but I wanted to find that scene to send to you guys, but now I don't have to because I just fucking told you all about it.
Exactly.
You know who runs a saw in the movie? In a very popular movie, but he does it with 100-round. Who makes the 100-round like stick mags, like the triple stack ones? What company is that?
I have no idea,
Is
but it
that
sounds pretty awesome.
Mag that makes that goddamn thing?
I don't know.
The Winter Soldier in the Marvel movies runs a 249 saw with a fucking 100-round stick mag sticking out the side of it.
Oh god, I know who you're talking about. It's not Pro Mag. It's
KCI. I don't know.
Black Rhino concealment.
Yeah.
Yeah, they make holsters, but they'll make holsters for pretty much anything you can imagine.
Schmeiser? No, not them.
Okay, so shut up, Savage.
Gino's making me a new holster.
Yeah, that's been in the process for months now, I think, right?
No. I just talked to him the other day.
Oh, okay.
He's making me a new one for my He's making me a new one for my SPO1 Tactical CZ with the Monster Hunter International smiley face logo on it.
All right, can I just say Monster Hunter is a huge disappointment movie. They missed a boat when they should have done Monster Hunter International.
Oh yeah, completely.
Yeah, agreed, 100%. Yeah. I want to see Larry Correa play himself as Owen Zastava Pitt.
No, I want to be Owen Zastava Pitt. I think I'd make a good one.
Actually, yeah. Now I can't read those books anymore because I'll be seeing your dumb face.
I'm the same size. I'm the same build.
Yeah. Well, thanks for ruining that series for me.
So, Black Rhino, they could probably make a holster for your 240, Jeremy.
Anyway, they can make holsters. They can make a holster with whatever you want on there, like the MHI logo that Jeremy's going to have put on his. They're awesome. Mag pouches, holsters, all kinds of other stuff. Go to blackrhinoconcealment.com. Coupon code WLSMOFO saves you money. All right, Aaron, it is your turn.
Snowmageden just happened in Denver and Colorado in the hole, right?
I mean,
wait, you guys got what, 4 feet of snow? Look at that face Shawn's made. So, you froze up. You're like this.
Oh. It's kind of funny, actually. So last night driving home, I think I left work like 9, something like that. So I was driving home. It was like just blizzard conditions, absolute whiteout, wind, like feet of snow. Saw somebody that was stuck, pulled over, ended up digging them out for 40 minutes.
That was really nice of you.
Yeah, I regretted it after about 20, but I was there.
So. Yeah, you were committed at that point. Yeah. Like, oh, damn it, I can't walk away now.
Yeah,
I didn't. Yeah, exactly. So I left my gloves in the car, and then because I had to park like half a block away just to get back to him. And I wasn't going to like run back up there, get my gloves and go back down because I was like, oh, we'll be done any second now. So it was like mistakes were made. But anyway, so we dug them out, got them finally pulled out, got them parked and safe, and they were good to go. So I went back, woke up this morning and it was kind of cold. I went to lunch at about 4 this afternoon and the roads were dry and clear, man. Like, this is Colorado. Like there's like snow in grass and stuff, but the roads are clear, they're dry, there's no ice, there's no snow, they're like dry. Like that's it.
So my real question about this whole Snowmageddon, you knew it was coming. Did you change any things that you would normally keep in your car out?
No.
No, you have all the same medical gear, all the same guns, all the same equipment.
Well, I don't keep guns on my car. My guns stay with me, but I have.
You don't have
I've got
spares?
several- Say again?
You don't have like a drop gun in your car?
No.
Oh, well, I guess I'm the only one.
Yeah, I've got med kit. I've got toe strap. I've got a shovel. I've got gloves in the back. Like,
Why didn't you use the toe strap on that fucking car?
Dude? So they were like, the road that they were on was kind of slanted down towards the gutter for water irrigation.
Okay.
But the plow had gone through, and there was like probably 4-foot drifts, so up to my waist basically, and they had slid.
Wait, are you saying you're 8 feet tall? You said 4-foot drifts.
Yeah, sorry, I'm not good at measuring things. So it was up to my waist, whatever that is, and deeper than my waist in some areas. So they had slid down into that. So we had to completely dig the entire side of the car out and under the tires. And then we would get them and we would push a little bit, and someone was pulling them with the toe strap after a little while, but they would just literally slide back into the snowdrift. So we had to dig them out again. Eventually I had my feet up on a pillar and I had my hands on the side of the car, and I was completely perpendicular, pushing out with my legs off of this pillar to push and keep the car from falling back into the drift while they pushed from the back and pulled it with the toe strap. Cause like we couldn't get it to stop falling into the stupid gutter with all the snowdrifts and stuff. But so yeah, it was a freaking shit show.
Have you seen those products where you actually like, they're like big pieces of plastic you put under the tires and they can drive on those?
I've been seeing a lot of ads on Facebook.
So UPS has those in all the trucks, like real, like, well, not those, but actually like those things. And they fucking work phenomenally.
Oh yeah. They look like they work.
But the downside is if you're like really gunning it, they'll just shoot out and they become like a weapon. I've seen it, and it probably hurt that guy a lot. Okay. But yeah,
it sounds terrible, but yeah, like, I don't know. I just keep that stuff in the car year round.
Okay. I just wondered if you just change things up. Cause like in the wintertime, I keep a blanket, shovel, yada, yada in the car. In the summer, I don't need a blanket in the car. I don't need it. So I could pull that out, or, certain things I would use in the wintertime that I wouldn't use in the summertime because it takes up space, and space is valuable, just like my time.
You know what I did actually do before the snowstorm is I just filled up on gas. I was at like 3/4 of a tank, but I just topped it off just in case. Nice. So I guess that was the one thing I did different. And I saw a bunch of Texas people talking shit about like, oh, look at Colorado now. I'm like, no, our power was fine. Like we were mildly inconvenienced at best.
Sorry, Texas.
But like Denver got hit harder than we did. But yeah, it was like it was literally blizzard snowpocalypse last night, and today was like beautiful and sunny, and I was just wearing a vest, not even a coat.
I also want to point out that I didn't walk away before the segment.
Oh, that is good.
Yeah, unlike the last 2 weeks.
Right. All right.
Hey, Shawn.
Yeah.
Let's talk about some Franklin Armory.
Let's do that. Let me just move this thing that I just put by Swamp Box.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's totally fine. So Franklin Armory binaries, the 22 binary, it's freaking awesome. We have done a couple range days with it, and we have.
I really want one. I want one.
They're nice, and binaries are normally like $500, but the 22 C1 is only $300. So if you have a Ruger 1022, you can go ahead and grab a Franklin Armory binary 22 C1 trigger for $300, and basically they are the closest thing to fun that you can have with your pants on
legally.
Yes. So go check them out. FranklinArmory.com. Coupon code WLS10 saves you money. Savage, pick your favorite stories.
Oh, my favorite one. I think the most.
A couple. We got.
Okay, a couple ones. All right. Well, I think I'm going to start the first one with fucking ATF being an MFer yet again. They raided Jacksonville, Florida, autokeycard.com, which is literally insane. So they raided and arrested Christopher Justin Irvin of Jacksonville, Florida, for manufacturing machine guns.
So yeah, what is an auto key card?
An auto key card is a card, a metal card this big with a design printed onto it. There's no engraving, there's nothing etched, there's nothing cut out. It's simply a design of a lightning link, basically. So it looks like it. It just looks like it. There's nothing cut out of it. There's nothing manufactured. It's just a metal card with this printed on top of it. Now,
So it's a picture.
it's a picture. It is literally a picture of an auto sear on a drop-in auto sear on the face of this card. In order to manufacture a drop-in auto seared, not only would you have to cut all the pieces out of the card, but you'd also have to bend those pieces in a specific way in order to get them to work. So again, this is just like, it'd be like, there's one step away from him just drawing it on a piece of paper and then putting it over a card and then cutting out the card or cutting out the piece of metal. And then, I mean, it's just like one step away from that. It's literally just a picture on a metal card. So the ATF said that the company violated, 26 USC 5845, 5861, and the statute says that it is a violation of federal law to manufacture, receive, transport, and or deliver a machine gun not registered in the National Firearms Registration and Transfer Record. And then the ATF admits that Irvin did not sell a complete machine gun, but they point to the law. So they just handed this guy multi-million-dollar lawsuit. That's all I gotta say, because they literally said they're arresting him for doing the thing, and they said he didn't do the thing, but they're still arresting him. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
Well, it makes perfect sense. There's
Welcome
just
to the ATF.
tactic.
Yeah.
It
It's
is.
a
It is.
tactic. They're
And
jackboot thugs.
And I hope to God that, FPC or one of these other guys gets a hold of him. I mean, he's already got a legal fund. I've got a link in the show notes to the GoFundMe for his legal fund. So if you feel so inclined, go ahead and donate there. You can see literally just the picture that he has drawn on the metal card there. Or, I mean, because I think the website might be down at this point, but
It is.
it's just total absolute bullshit. And I'd love to see him just sue the shit out of the ATF and the agents for doing this, because not only is it a Second Amendment violation, or because he didn't even violate anything. He didn't violate the fucking law. It's a First Amendment violation because it's just printing a picture on a metal card. God damn it.
What are these bitches saying? Hold on a second. I got to catch up. Someone's being mean to me on the internet.
Oh, hold up.
I was totally into the story, and then I saw someone talk some shit, so I got to see Jordan R. I love how Shawn has to coach Savage on how to do his own segment. Nope, that's it. That's on you. No, he just doesn't like to go 30 seconds without getting a word in. That's fair. That's fair. So this is pretty concerning to me, this auto key card. Like, I think it might have been engraved, but
Yeah, I thought it was etched in there.
I mean, this has far-reaching legal precedent. I think that we won't see him fully get prosecuted because this would be very risky for them if they lose the case.
Well, it's like the ATF
yeah.
pulling their when they try to nail a guy for manufacturing firearms without a license with a CNC machine, and they were like, "This is not a receiver by federal law." And the judge went, "You're right." And they're like, "We withdraw the case," because they didn't want that for legal precedent. Because honestly, every gun shop owner in the country could start selling AR-15 receivers or anything with a split receiver without a background check. And the ATF, because what the laws say, would not be able to prosecute.
What about intent? Constructive intent with the key card.
So constructive intent is like not a real thing. I was talking to Matt LaRosiere about it on This Week in Guns. So constructive intent is very difficult, but Mike, the thing that they're going to prove here is that he knew what he was selling and that he was selling it specifically for this purpose, because they're going to go through all of his emails. They're going to subpoena all of his email records. They're going to subpoena everything, and anything that he said that was anything other than this being a drawing or a novelty is going to be used against him in a court of law. And my guess with this is he's probably extremely guilty of doing those things. My guess. Now, that doesn't mean that I think it's right. I'm just saying he probably knew what he was doing. He probably knew what he was selling. He was probably selling it for that purpose. And he probably said that to people at some point. And because of that, it's going to be very damning in his trial.
How is that damning? I made a thing that looks like another thing. Just because this thing can do this other thing doesn't mean that you broke a law, because the law says what it says, and it says nothing else. The laws say what they say. If I didn't break the law, whatever the intent of the law is, the intent of the law is to stop crime. Okay, if it doesn't do its job, do we get rid of the law? No, but it only says what it says. That's why braces exist.
Correct. So if he said at any point that this is like an auto sear, or if he said that all you have to do is cut it out and then put it into your AR-15, like anytime he said those things via email, private chat, any of those things, it's going to destroy him in court. And let's be perfectly honest. Like, we know, like, intellectually, we know that this is not just a picture. Like, this is a diagram.
So if I sell you a pop
Again, it's
can
a
and say,
diagram.
hey, you can turn this into a lightning link, that's a felony? Because you can.
Now, people have been arrested for 3D printing the 3D printable lightning links, but the plans to the 3D STLs to have a lightning link, if you just gave those away, that's still not the same fucking thing as making them.
Yeah, so I literally downloaded a document, a PDF off the internet to make my first machine gun. Like, I am a licensed FFL SOT. I'm completely legal and allowed to do that, but I just downloaded that shit for free off the internet. And so, Jackie, what are your thoughts here?
I think it's a really complicated area, obviously, because you're getting into a lot of different murky waters. You're talking about intellectual ideas, you're talking about sharing information, and then you're talking about actually, who is responsible if someone takes something and makes something with it and then does something with it. So I think a lot of this is grandstanding by the ATF, as they usually like to do. But it'll be interesting to see how it shakes out and if anything comes of it.
Yeah, I totally agree. I'm definitely concerned. I definitely think this is bullshit. I don't want anyone to think that I'm like, go ATF, because that is not the case. Like, you should be able to buy this shit at 7-Eleven fully assembled. But yeah, it's like they're going to go into all that stuff.
Did you turn your camera off so no one can see you touch your face?
No, I turned my camera off because I was getting a little bit of lag, it seemed, and you guys were a little computery.
Okay, just checking.
Okay. Thanks for checking, though.
Yeah, I was worried about you, man. I keep my eyes on you.
Somebody in the comments said you touch your face when you want to talk.
Oh,
you got to tell Shawn.
Yeah, that explains why he just sits there with his fist in his throat, because he always wants to talk.
We're literally going to stop doing the live show and just put out the audio. Fucking nerds, take that. Let's see what else you got, Savage.
I'll do one other one. I think you probably covered the assault weapons bills and whatnot that Difi has already been thrown down our throats. But I wanted to pick up on this story from New Zealand. So a year ago, or close to a year ago, was the second anniversary. Well, it was 2 years ago. Was the Christchurch terror attacks that killed 51 people in New Zealand. Now, immediately following those attacks, the Prime Minister got up in front of everybody and declared that they were going to pass blanket gun control, banning all these different types of guns, and they're basically going to make all the gun owners in New Zealand turn in all their firearms, or severely restrict them and whatnot. So 2 years later, they found that 2,399 people were charged with 4,542 firearm-related offenses, which was double that of the decade earlier. So they said in total, 862 firearms were seized under Section 6 or 18 of the Search and Surveillance Act, more than double the 860 were seized earlier. So again, you're seeing double the amount of crime that had happened in the previous decade, 2 years after the massive amount of gun control that got passed. So this ACT MP, Nicole McKee, has said that the government had made the wrong moves when it came to firearms reform since the attack. They said that what we're seeing, what we're looking at is a piece of rush legislation. No shit, everybody and their mom was saying this, or two pieces of rush legislation that went through so fast that the unintended consequences of doing that are starting to be realized. And of course, the effects that we're seeing are a less safer community. And they said that the firearms license owners who had bought all their firearms completely legally and they were suddenly declared illegal, they felt alienated by the government's move to ban military-style semi-automatic firearms like the types that were used in the attack. And Mr. Nash stood up in front of the country and told him that if you don't hand in your guns, that they're going to come after you. And so when people are still finding out later that what they've got now is newly prohibited firearm, they're too scared to turn in their firearms now.
So here are three things about that article. The numbers you're throwing out there, and this is me questioning it. You say the crime rate has gone up since they've banned guns, but
from a decade previously. So 2 years after they passed the ban, the crime wave or the amount of gun crimes has still been going up. It hasn't gone down at all.
But is that because say I was a law-abiding citizen and suddenly I'm now a criminal because I own this gun and I get arrested because of that? Is that considered a gun-related crime?
Well, they'd have to know.
But that's a yes or no question. And then that could be an issue of why. I'm not saying you're wrong. Yeah. I'm not pro this fucking law at all. I'm just wondering if the stats are being inflated because people are now caught with guns and now it's a gun related crime, even though they were a law abiding citizen before this happened. Second thing I want to talk about was when you said 2 pieces. It sounded like you said 2 pizzas, and I got really hungry.
Oh, I know. I love a pizza right now.
And I can't remember what the third thing. Oh yeah, third thing. You said the anniversary of the Christchurch shooting, and I always think of an anniversary as a nice thing. So it was 2 years since, but stating an anniversary, it's an anniversary. So it's this sounds horrible.
That's the way they put it in the article. Okay,
that's the way everyone puts it. It's just normal nomenclature.
Yeah, I know. It's just to me anniversaries are always a positive thing, not like fuck.
Are they? Because your wife doesn't feel that way.
She's okay with it. She seems good. I mean, she's lasted 15 years now.
It's
We're
15
good.
years for this.
So
I must be doing something right.
So Savage, I think what you're saying here is that this doesn't appear to have done anything. The crime is the same.
Or worse.
Yeah. And I don't think any of us are surprised by that.
It's my shock face.
Yeah. None of us are surprised. We actually did have some good news in Colorado. Boulder, Chambers versus Boulder sought injunctive relief claiming that 2 portions of Boulder's stupid ordinances were preempted by Colorado state law. A judge has said that and enjoined them from actually charging anyone with this or enforcing their local ordinance. It says, because Colorado does have a preemption statute, and then the 2 parts that violated it were count 1, that the portions of the ordinance banning the sale, purchase, and possession of assault weapons and enacting the certification process are preempted by state law, and 2, that the portion of the ordinance that ban large capacity magazines are preempted by state law. So they tried to, and this is only because Colorado has preemption laws in place. Boulder tried to ban AR-15s or make people register AR-15s and ban any normal capacity magazines. And the judge said no. Said the provisions are invalid. Enforcement of them is enjoined. The court has determined that only Colorado state or federal law can prohibit the possession, sale, and transfer of assault weapons and large capacity magazines. Judge. So good news.
Reminds me of Dr. Evil. How about new?
Well, but the problem is that Colorado state law does actually override this with 15-round mag limits. So
you know what?
Win for Boulder.
And just because that's a law, just because the state has preemption, doesn't mean that the state AGs will find a fucking way around it. Because ask me how I fucking know.
Oh, yeah, no. 100% agree. Any crazy news that you've been tracking, Jackie?
Not really. I think you guys hit all the stuff that I've been reading recently. So you took my thunder there.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it's all Savage's fault. He picked the stories up.
It is. I blamed him from the get go.
What a cunt!
Wait, there's geckos here.
Geckos?
She says she blamed him from the
go.
I'm from the South. Sometimes words come out sounding different.
Well, I'm still thinking about that pizza. I'm sorry.
It's kind of like when you go. Look, it's kind of like when you go camping with dolphins because they have for all intents and purposes.
Oh, jeez.
I thought it was something about rape, but no.
It was better
Thanks,
than the
Dad.
joke.
Oh my God, I talked about that rape thing with my PayPal account. My PayPal, if someone actually, I accidentally lowered my chair. I'm
I was
sorry.
like, something looks weird.
I'm like,
Looks like a little kid now.
right? Hey
Yeah.
guys. I wish.
He looks
did
like
want-
Savage.
So, Dolphin Rape Survivor. If you you can pay me money via that link. And
Yeah.
my wife asked me about she needs some set something up, and I said here's my PayPal link, and she's like, this is offensive.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I laughed.
I'm so offended. I'm like, okay, well, that's what it is.
Friends.
Right.
Oh boy, here we go. All right, Swamp Fox Optics, last one. The Sentinel's been getting a lot of press lately, which is the small for like a P365 or the Canic subcompact, the Hellcat, and probably any of these other ones. Although I don't know, Smith & Wesson, since it comes with the Crimson Trace that looks very ill-fitted to the slide, I'm not sure if it's a RMSC cut or something different, but we'll find out soon. Anyway, the Sentinel is Swamp Fox's red dot. They've got a couple different versions. They've got auto on, manual. They've got a couple different versions, auto and manual, and then super long battery life. I think like 50,000 hours, and the price is incredibly reasonable as well. I carry the Sentinel on my P365 every single day. It is awesome. If you're looking for optics of any kind, go to swampfoxoptics.com. Coupon code WLS is life will save you money. And Jeremy, this is going to be you. Read the reviews.
Yay. All right. The best 5 squares. Array 3468. Love listening to you guys. Always look forward to seeing another podcast came out. Love Jeremy's rants and Nick and Shawn trying to keep him and Aaron civil. That's it.
fair. Thank you very much for the review, Array 3468.
5 square meals a day. 5 squares. The Mandalorian. What?
The Mandalorian.
Yeah, whatever.
I don't get it.
I think it was a joke somebody made on one of the shows.
So it was the Mandalorian, but since Jeremy and I both cut our fingers off with mandolins.
Oh yes,
Ah.
I get it now. It's funny.
Did you, Jackie, like Jeremy and I both within 2 weeks of each other cut like half of our finger off with one of those potato slicers?
Yeah. Did you plan that? Like, was that like a twin pack thing or?
Oh, it was suicide pact gone wrong.
Okay.
Completely natural, and I still got a fucked up thumb.
Dude, yeah, my finger still to this day, like it's numb except for I press it in the exact right spot and it'll like the pain just like radiates up my arm.
Does it hurt when it's about to rain out?
Maybe.
It only hurts when I cry.
It only hurts when I touch things or use my finger in any way or,
It only hurts when I stick it on my ass.
Okay, next review.
The Mandalorian 5 squares. Excellent show. Hilarious when they get old friends on. Kind of dumb when they have lame guests like the cutesy 10 chick. But then it gets good again after they're done with the interview. None of them enjoyed doing. If the cast were fingers on a hand, Jeremy would be the middle finger because he's taller than Paul Bunyan.
Here
It
it
gives
comes.
everyone the bird.
We know this is going.
Aaron would be the index finger because he's always getting triggered. Savage needs to shut the fuck up. Nick would be the pinky because half the time he's not there, and the other half we don't notice that he is there. Shawn is the ring finger because he's clearly the ring leader, aka Glorious cult leader. And Savage, of course, is the Washington thumb. With their
There it
powers combined, we have the 5 fingers, and we all know what the 5 fingers said to the face. Yes, Jeremy, I know the thumb isn't actually a finger. Keep up the insanity. We all love it. Read more.
All right. Well, thank you very much for the reviews. We got a couple more, but keep sending them in. It's funny. 590 shows, and we still get reviews every single week.
It's great, but I think the thumb is a finger. It's definitely
It's a digit.
yeah.
It's an appendage,
Yeah.
Phalange.
a phalange. But is it a finger?
Yes.
Well, they call them fingers, but they don't fing.
That's yeah, right.
Oh, you know it's weird. Pants, like up,
I got
like
Jackie with that one.
you know, they're if things are bifurcated, it's usually plural, like scissors, pants,
Your belly.
pliers.
That shit was coming.
Yeah, I knew it was coming too.
The second you said that word, I was like, this won't end well.
No, not for anybody. But yeah, anything that think about that. All those words are plural, even though they're singular.
That's so weird.
Mhm.
Yeah. Pants.
Glasses.
Serpent's tongue.
Yeah. That's weird. I don't know. I can't explain it. Jackie
What
Billings.
about a bifurcated tongue? That is singular.
I feel like the more you know should come across now.
Right.
Right.
Like G.I. Joe.
Or
Anyway,
or
Jackie
G.I. Ho.
it's awesome to see you as always. I hope you will come back someday in the future.
Bi-curious.
Yes, I will. Yes, I will. Can we just mute? We'll just mute over there.
Yeah, just ignore.
Just
Aaron.
give me the power of the mute, and I'll be back.
Here it comes.
Actually, I would love that. It would be great. I have the power of the mute.
Can you edit? Can you edit Aaron from our life?
So actually,
I
funny
can
story.
try.
Somebody made the joke, or not. I don't think it was a joke. Actually, they sent in an email, and they were like, "Can you make a version of the show that edits everything Aaron says out and make it like a Patreon only or something, or a cult only thing?" And I was like, "Holy shit, that's a genius idea."
That would be so awkward, though. I mean,
Can you imagine? Yeah, the show would like last the exact same amount of time. I'm just kidding.
actually, I might. You know, I if with my infinite amount of time that I have, I may try that out. Just edit myself out of a show and see what it sounds like. It reminds me of that Garfield without Garfield.
right?
Yeah,
That would be hilarious. The Garfield without Garfield is actually like very dark.
it is. Poor
And-
John. It's like he's depressed all the time.
Yeah, it's pretty awkward. Anyway, Jackie, thank you so much for joining us. Great work at Pew Pew Tactical. Honestly, I like everything that I see. I like it more and more. We've had Eric on the show, and it was good, but we're really glad to have you over there driving things, and you're doing a great job.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And thank you for having me on. I had a good time.
Yeah, I know you have to get up in like 2 hours too.
Yeah, something like that.
You
I
still get up
early.
at ass crack of dawn?
I do.
Why?
Because it's like leftover from the old journalism days. It's just like, I don't know. I just get up early.
Where can people find you online?
PP Tactical is probably the best place. I'm writing stuff over there. We have a lot of great content, like I have stated before. So check that out. If you want to follow me personally, I'm on Instagram under Micro Jackie, Jacki, no E. You can follow all my adventures over there and say hi. I enjoy it. Enjoy the
you're
followers.
on Instagram? I didn't know.
Oh yeah, did you not?
I'm so shocked.
Because he like talks it. Alan, edit out the show. Edit out Shawn, and the show would be less than 5 minutes.
Man, Alan's got your number tonight. Jeez.
Dude, I know. No, like every week I've been noticing it, and yeah. All right. Well, that's cool, Alan. Whatever, bro.
Welcome to my world, Shawn. Okay.
I hate being Aaron.
Right? Daily.
It's okay. I talk a lot. I get it. So go check out Jackie, pewpewtactical.com, and Micro Jackie, Jacki, not to be
No
confused
E.
with Mike Jacques, Jacque, which is one I'm going to register right after the show. And I don't know what I'm going to post yet, but it'll be probably linked to our OnlyFans.
Perfect.
Makes
So
sense.
yeah, I think that's where we're going to go. Anyway, join a gun-related advocacy group. I don't even recommend it anymore. Find one. Get involved locally, I think, is the big deal. And we always give out the suicide prevention line. Numbers 1-800-273-8255. Or you can text 741-741. We're here live every week on Mondays and Wednesdays and on demand every single day. Go to welikeshooting.com/show to subscribe. And as we always say, thanks for listening. Get medical training and go to hell, Alan.
Oh.
Hey,
Word, Alan.
hey, so what are our options for show titles tonight, Shawn?
Thumble,
Okay.
which it's got to be a front runner. Aaron's Rough Day.
No.
Oh.
Don't even need to be reminded.
Apple Schwitz.
Apple what?
Apple
Schwitz.
Schwitz. And Thick, all uppercase with CK.
Mhm.
They're all tough ones. They're all good except for the Aaron's bad day.
Aaron's really, what is it? Very bad, no good day or something like that. It's got to be Thumble, right? Because the picture
Okay.
opportunity is fantastic.
I can't wait.
I just wonder now if Thumble's actually been a show title before, because it seems like ripe for the picking.
Like my nose.
When I'm trying to Google it, it